I ain't gonna lie, bro. I cried. I was more hurt. It was more of a vendetta between you and Bron opposed to the relationship we had. All I could really fathom at the time was it was over.
Yo, peace. Welcome back to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I'm Carmelo Anthony here with my co-host.
You know what it is? My name is Kazim Famiwide. You could call me Kaz.
You know what I'm saying? That's your boy, the Kid Mero, baby, the human director. I keep it wavy, and this is a Wave Originals presented by FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. On this episode of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, we are joined. This is going to be a banger, y'all. You know what I'm saying? One of our most requested and anticipated guests since the show was created. You know what I'm saying? 16-year NBA vet, two-time champion, 2013 Sixth Man of the Year. I remember I was there. It was a moment. You know what I'm saying? Certified bucket getter. He's on your top 5. I don't care. We'll be fighting. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's one of our favorite teammates of all time. One of your favorites of all time, champ.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Please welcome to the hook, to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, JR Smith. Let's go, baby. What's good? Swish is in the building. You know what I mean?
Welcome. Long time coming.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
They've been in the comments since episode 1. Yo, get you Swish, yo. Yeah, go Swish.
Man,
Shump made it hot for him, though. That's why.
Nah, Shump turned it up.
Yeah, but he made it hot for us.
Yeah.
Nah, they turned the heat up. Yo, we gotta get JR. Where the fuck is JR? We going back and forth with niggas. It's like
That Knicks tape.
That's a Knicks tape era, man.
I like
that's,
it, though.
That's a time.
We need that energy.
We'll get into all of that. But while we have my brother on the show, man, we're gonna chop it up about a bunch of topics. Like our time as teammates in Denver, New York, Swish playing overseas in China. We're gonna talk about that. This is big for me. His underrated impact on that 2016 NBA Finals team.
And of course, know what it is, baby. It's the number one show in America with the number one segment of America. Fuck with it or fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's a Swish special. You know what I mean? First things first, though, you know, we got to kick it off with the Connect. You know what I mean? Swish, listen, what was the first time you crossed paths with Champ? And take us back there. And what was your first impressions of Melo, too? Because, you know.
Dang, nigga took us like 25. That's almost.
Yes, sir, yeah.
It was before y'all was teammates in Denver, right?
That's like 22 years.
Yeah, nah.
So I think the first time I seen him was at I came to ABCD and watched him play. Like I was always like hearing about it, but I didn't get invited yet. I was still like a young boy, and because Melo, were you 2 years? You 2 years ahead of me, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to the camp and seen him play, and I was just like, damn, this motherfucker cold. Like he's from Baltimore, like had the whole Baltimore swag. Like if you know, like East Coast AAU, every area got their own swag.
You know
what I'm saying?
You can tell by the swag.
You can tell by the swag. And like I I still run back into, rest in peace Gerald, but like Kenny and all the Tyler, all of them. Like I remember the whole crew, and I was like, damn, this motherfucker cold though. That one right there, he nice.
Yeah.
And I remember from way back in the day, but like the real interaction became at the McDonald's game.
Okay.
He was the first one that was like, yo, fuck that college shit.
But Melo was the first one to tell you no in North Carolina?
Yeah, because like we wasn't talking shit back and forth in the game, but he was just like, shit, you ain't gonna pull it from there. Cause he came because Rudy. Cause Rudy's I wish Rudy was here, man. Cause me and Rudy go back. He was 14, bro.
Shout out Rudy.
You know that's the way, man. Me and Rudy was really in the 5-star huts together, man. That shit crazy.
Bloody chicken.
Crazy. What? Cheerios with the styrofoam bowl, bro. Watch the sugar get to the bottom of that joint.
Spoon fighting and all that.
Stick of butter with a real loaf of bread type joint. But that was our first like real interaction. And when he told me that shit, I was just like, man, if Melo think I can go, I'm out of here.
Okay,
that was just like,
that was crazy. That year
so
was
for
crazy.
folks who may not be familiar, that McDonald's game, he was committed to North Carolina at one point, and then you go off at the McDonald's game. Melo's there. What do you tell him on the sideline? You were already in the league a little while.
You got to remember the time. How we hearing it now? I'm in the league now.
Yeah.
Right. So how I'm receiving it is like, oh, this class right here is crazy.
Yeah.
So like, and I had just played the McDonald's game 2 years prior to that. But it's like,
we got the best class.
And it's like, yo, this class is crazy.
I remember.
And
that
because
class,
I was in the AAU scene, I know what's crazy. I'm like, damn, you had Swish, White, Massey, Ronald, Josh Smith, Big Baby Day. It's like, it's like, God damn. You get what I'm saying? So I pulled up, and Rudy was Rudy. And I pulled up, you know, because that was me trying to get, you know, at that point.
You trying to get a Syracuse?
You know, he went left for me, man. You know what I mean? But that, you know, but then that also, because of my connection with ABCD camp and how I got to ABCD camp was a mutual friend from Jersey, right? He was a coach and he got me into ABCD
What's
camp.
What's the coach's name?
I don't, you know, we ain't gonna get, that's my guy. He know what time it is. That's our guy. We know what time it is.
That's my AU coach.
Yeah, so at this time, Baltimore, Jersey, Philly had a little connection. He was at Tim Thomas Players at this point in time. He was running that organization. So I would come up and play for Tim Thomas Players in a couple tournaments. He'd shoot me back to B-more. That's how I got up to Jersey and Philly, being around that area. So ABCD camp comes. I do my thing. Now I'm looking to see who's next. He's like, yo, Jimmy is like, I said his name anyway. Jimmy is like, yo, you have to see JR. No, he's a pro. I said, come on, Jimmy. You keep telling me niggas is pro. Like,
You're not an AU shooter.
Yeah, I said,
Everybody a pro.
I'm in the league, so you telling me somebody's a pro, I gotta.
Right.
He like, yo, Melo. He's one of them. So, all right, shit go on. Now, our season is over. They got the McDonald's game in Oklahoma City. Shoot over to OKC, see the McDonald's game, see this nigga. He in the warm-up line. I don't know him. He in the warm-up line, shooting from half. I said, what the fuck is? My man, like, yo, that's JR Smith right there. I said, all right. Boom. So at that point, I felt connected with him automatically.
Yeah.
Somebody told me to watch him. I'm going to watch him. Oh, shit, that's him? Oh, he's shooting. Man, you ain't going to shoot that shit from right there. He looking like, man, bet that.
Pull it.
This is high school, though. This is high school, by the way. Man, bet that. And this is in the game, McDonald's. Man, bet that. Swat. Nah, you bugging if you shoot that one. I said, yo, this nigga is crazy. I remember that game. I came to the back, went to the back.
Yeah.
I gave everybody dap, show love to all the players. And the ones who were supposed to be leaving to go to high school, I gave them extra attention. Dwight, Josh Smith, all of those, Bassey, all of those guys. I got to him. No, I told Big Baby Davis, go to college. Go to college.
Right.
Told him go to college. I get the Swish. I said, don't even play around. Don't even play around. Because of what he can do. First of all, you shooting the ball. You doing something different. Niggas in the league ain't shooting from that distance. We talking about 04, 05.
Oh, you got. I remember that McDonald's game.
You get what I'm saying?
Vividly.
So what he coming in, he's athleticism. He's already pro body ready, right in high school.
Right.
Could shoot the ball. Raw talent though. Nigga probably never worked on this game before. Nigga, he just raw talent. Like, this nigga just pull up Air Force Ones and just go hoop. He's a hooper. He's been a hooper since then.
The same JR we all saw in the league.
He's been this in high school.
Was what we saw at that McDonald's.
It's nothing different. Yeah. So at that point, I just told him, yo, champ, like you go. Like, don't even play around with college. Because you ain't a college type. You can't go do this in college. Like, nah, you be here for 4 years doing that in college.
I feel like they would have put a cap on you.
And I told Dwight that too. I told Dwight.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, you better get your ass out of this. Boy, you bring your Bible with you. You get what I'm saying? No, at the time he was heavy. Like he still is, but he was
to put the cross in the NBA logo.
Like he came in the league wilding. Yeah. He came in the league. People don't know about that shit. I'm just saying. I told him, bring the Bible with you, champ. You ain't going to North Carolina. No. And that's how organically, our relationship happened. And because of that, he get drafted to New Orleans. I'm in Denver.
I got a crazy story about that. That's crazy.
He ready to get the fuck out. I'm paying attention to my man now. This is paying attention to him. I know he want to get out of New Orleans. They like, yo, we could get Swish. ASAP. Bring him.
Do it.
ASAP. Don't even ask me. Like, that's a done deal. I know what he can do. If he does that, what he was doing 2 years ago, today, nah, we got something special.
But speaking of
And
that,
that's how the shit went. But he might have that's my perspective, though.
What's your perspective?
That's my perspective
of going over there?
What, going to Denver?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So when I was, it's
Well,
crazy.
not to cut you off, but like more so getting out of New Orleans and then go to Denver. Like, yo, I ain't trying to be, because he said he's peeped it. Like, yo, he ain't trying to be there.
So it's crazy because when I came out in 2004. McDonald's game happened, I was 17. I got going into preseason, because my birthday in September, I turned 18 to going into the season. So going into the season, getting drafted, and the whole way this shit happened was, it's crazy because I was actually going, they was trying to get me to decommit to go to Syracuse from Carolina from my school, Hurley and them. It was just like, nah, just go to Syracuse, whatever. But when I got drafted, bro, my last 2 years of high school, I played like 65 games. I lost 4. I go to a team and an organization into the Hornets, and not to shit on them or anything, because they was trying to figure it out too. But we won 18 games.
Yeah.
New Orleans Hornets at the time.
Yeah, it was the New Orleans
They were still in
Hornets,
flux.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember all that period, yeah.
And I'm 18. And it's the first time I had an interaction with like a superstar and BD at the time in an organization going back and forth. Like, he was working out. He was on some TO shit. He was working out outside because they wouldn't let him bring his own trainer in, all types of shit. And this is all just in training camp.
Right.
And then I got an older coach, and Byron Scott, or like D. Walk was one of my assistants. Kenny Gaddison was assistant. Like, I had older dudes who played in the league at the time where it was already to them getting softer. For me, it damn sure wasn't that. Like, it was just at a weird period to where they was expecting, like, running like some Pat Riley shit. And at 18, I'm coming from a whole different, like, bro, I was in class for 9 hours.
Right.
I was hooping for, 3 hours a day, practice, this and the third. Like, your day was really blocked off.
Right.
So I get to a situation to where practice is an hour and a half, 2 hours. You got
The rest of the day.
the rest of the day. Coming from a high school kid with shit, all this cash now, I got nice cars, I got chains and shit. What you about to do? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you mean? Like, all I gotta do is go practice for 2 hours,
Yeah.
and it's funny because a lot of people gave me shit because I'm a person. I'm gonna ask questions. If I don't know, I'm gonna ask questions.
Right.
And some people feel like there's some questions is a dumb question.
No such thing as a dumb question.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would think. So when I asked, dude was like, yo, is shoot around optional? I'm thinking from like a whole perspective of when I used to hear about like Reggie and all these dudes coming before the game, getting up shots and all that. Like, I'm thinking like, does everybody do that or just he do that?
Right.
So the way it comes out is just like, he act like he don't even got to come to practice. Like, he don't want to come to like, no, bro, I'm literally asking you the question because I want to know what extra work is. I want to know what's mandatory work.
So that misconception's already out there.
It's
about
already
you.
out there.
Okay.
Like, oh, look at him. Like, look at this young high school kid who don't want to work. So that,
Lazy ass motherfucker.
right. Then you already got an older coach who's coaching you at a different standard to where he really didn't even want to draft me. He don't like younger players. So to draft a high school kid, he's just like, then I gotta play him. Like, God bless his soul, Willis Reed is the one who drafted me. He was like, man, him and my pops ended up hitting it off somewhere in Atlantic City one day or some shit, and he heard my name. He was like, nah, I want him. And it literally, that's how it happened. But when the next year, we had a terrible season, but the next year we get CP. They was just so high on CP. It was just like, all right, we can like weed this little motherfucker out. Like, we ain't even gotta.
Who was coach at the time? Was
Byron
Scott there?
Byron Scott was it.
Okay.
And we had PJ Brown. PJ Brown was my dude, man, old head. But then when they told me about, like, I got into it in the media because like it was like I can't talk to my coach. and they whole thing was like, why would you say that to the media and this and the third? Like, I didn't understand the interaction, honestly, between a player and a reporter. Like, bro, I never did interviews.
Right,
like, it wasn't mandatory for me to do interviews. I didn't know that they're going to take this shit and print this shit everywhere. Like,
there's no like rookie symposium. There's no like, yo, this is what you could expect.
No, when I came in, bro. When I came in, you had this rookie transition program that you sat there that they made it feel like it was jail. You can't leave, so motherfuckers was over there really chopping it up like you just in this joint like this. Like you ain't really paying attention to it like that. 12 hours, like this shit's not even cool to be in here like that. This shit's weird. So you're not really paying attention to what they really talking about in interviews and all of that shit, like public perception and shit like that. I wasn't like taught that. I was like, nah, I'm a me. Like, so when I'm telling the reporter, like, especially like an 18-year-old kid, I can't talk to my coach. My coach calling me a bitch and all this other shit. Like, first of all, like, I've never had an interaction with a grown man, or let alone a coach at that point in time, to where that was our
communication.
That was the
that's how we communicate.
So the older cats put me on game like, yo, bro, I don't give a fuck who it is. Don't ever let no dude talk to you like that. I'm coaching that, and that's why I got the mentality like, oh, fuck out of here. Well, fuck it, then I can. But if that's really what I can do as a man, like, bet. So that's why I always carried myself the way I did. But ever since those type of interactions, it was just like, man, fuck that. And then when I got traded to Chicago for a hot cup of tea, when they told me Denver was on the table, I was just like, bet, I can get there with my man. Like, he don't even know it yet, but like, I rock with him. Right. So then when we get there and the connection just was like seamless, it was literally for me like a saving grace, bro.
Yeah, it was Chicago. It was Chicago. Because once he got out of, from my perspective, once he got out of New Orleans, it was like, it's a fresher breath air for a young player, right? So you're talking about 17, 18 years old, 19 years old who don't know anything about this landscape. And at this point, I'm looking for players or people that I can relate to because I'm 19, 20. So I'm looking at people that come from the same type of situation, same environment. You get what I'm saying? He had great family, man. Father, mom's family, brother, everybody. You get what I'm saying? Great families. But I also understood, this is a young nigga who, if I get him with me, nigga, we rolling. We the young niggas in the league at this point in time. So if I get somebody who just a live wire like that I feel like we could kick it off and we can go rock, I gotta have him. So he went to Chicago. That's what sparked it. I'm like, oh, yo, we gotta go get him. Kiki Vandeweghe, shouts out to Kiki Vandeweghe. Because Kiki Vandeweghe understood what type of team he was trying to build. Right? And you gotta think the Nuggets wasn't nothing since like 92, since Mutombo with right? You know what I mean? Like since that.
I was gonna say Alex English, you know.
Yeah, but Mutombo was the one who got that shit right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Then it was pieces. McDyess came through. You know what I'm saying? It was pieces. Canby and all this. So it was pieces. When I got there, it was nothing. 18 games, won 17 games, won 19. Like it was right. So me coming to Denver, I understood that. Nigga, I'm going in here to play. I'm going in here to hoop. Man, oh shit, I get to play with Marcus Camby, and I had this nigga on my wall. Word? Vashawn Leonard from Detroit, Miami. Word, he got the two. Andre Miller at the point. Nigga, we going to rock.
Right.
Just being naive as a young player, not understanding there's levels to this shit. Right. You still got them niggas out there. You still
got to go through the other
But I'm happy to be here in this league. So I get through the first year, boom, now he's on the market. Kiki comes to me and say, Melo, we got an opportunity to get a spark plug. I said, who? JR Smith. Whatever you got to do. He said, but this is no lie. It's a lot of baggage that comes with him. I said, Kiki. I said, you got you deal with Baltimore here every single day. Like we building this thing together.
Yeah.
But he understood the type of player that he wanted on the team to complement me. And this is what I mean when you put your all into a player, when you really understand the type of player that you draft or that you bring to your organization, and really truly understand also the pieces that you have to put around him that complement him, but also that can be themselves. And Kiki allowed Denver Nuggets to be ourselves, and he built the right team at that moment. Kmart came.
Yo, I'm about to say.
But Kmart was a guy who they didn't want to pay.
Right.
Kiki said, fuck that. I'm going to overpay.
Yeah.
I'm going to overpay because if we get...
team was there when I got there.
Who?
Working team was there when I got there. I don't think Kiki
Kmart came before you.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Kiki was the one that was like...
Let's get him.
Yeah, Kiki was still around. Him and Walker team was, you know what I mean? It was still around. And we had Brett Barrett over there.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Brett Barrett. But like, it was a lot of
Brett
pieces.
And Walker team, rest in peace.
It was a lot
That's
of pieces.
crazy.
Did y'all know though at the time that like that team, like that toughness, that realness, like for a dude like me, because you talking about like, yo, I'm 1920. I was 1920. So I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers remind me of me.
I just knew for me because I knew I had the keys over there. I'm throwing the keys. So I need certain type of guys around me. I wanted certain type of guys around me.
Just because of your energy? Or
just because of me and what I've grown up on and what I've seen and what I know I can be successful with. I need toughness. I need some gangsters. I need some hood guys. I need guys who's in the streets. I need guys who don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Thuggets, man.
Because we can make that, we can mold that. We can make that work.
Especially at that age.
Absolutely.
Though. I mean, you 20, 21, they give you the keys to the franchise. Like, you wanted somebody familiar, like, because you playing against, I mean, especially you played in college. I ain't played in college. So you've seen a different type of style in basketball and different players to where you like, all right, I'm going to go with what I know. If you're going to give me the keys, shit, why wouldn't I? When I first came out there, I was at his house every day. Like, I might as well have paid him rent and stayed at his house. It was there every day.
That's a fact. To the point my mom used to be like, JR over there? You make sure you take care of JR. Yeah. Shit. She got some meat? We the same. When you young like that, bro, you going into a league and a situation, and this is for all the young guys that's coming into the leagues. When you only get you got 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day of work, the rest of your day is yours. You're 19, you're 18, 19. You're going to find shit to get into.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
And we talking about a time period when I was in Denver. We in Denver, we trying to figure it out. We the young guys, we got it going on. We going to restaurants like we Denver. We represent Denver, Colorado now. Right. So we going to do it our way. Right? We gonna come in here with the baggy shorts and we gonna wear the, you know what I mean? The towels ripped off around the head for the headbands. We gonna do shit like that. But I'll tell you what, when we get in this practice, we get into it.
Man.
When we get in this gym, we gonna get to it. After, we can go be the Beatles, we could go party, we could go hang out, and we gonna do that. That made us at the point of the day.
That's what I want to ask you.
And when you took that away, it was crickets.
Different situation.
You tell him not to do something that he been doing that's his routine, it's over.
Nah, we can't do that.
You can't change a player's game in the ninth inning, bro. You can't tell him you can be this way for the whole year, but playoffs come. It's like, nah.
Right.
No, so let him be him.
You mentioned the practices, bro, because like you said, like when it was practice time, it's time to get to it. And you got hoopers, bro. You got Swish, you got you, Kmart. You got dudes that don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? Like we came here to play. So what was the intensity like in those practices? Was y'all talking shit to each other? This can't go on me. Fuck out of here. Like, how many fuck out of here per minute? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's crazy.
He can tell. I want to hear his stories.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It was better for me in my game because I came off the bench and I didn't want to come off the bench. Let it be clear. Like, I never felt like I was supposed to be coming off the bench. I was thrown into a situation and it was what it was.
Well, anybody who played 2K with y'all tell me always started you on our job.
That's a fact.
Always put you in the
I'm
start
subbing this nigga in.
Shit,
First minute, first
bro.
quarter.
Some John Berry out of
Yo, shit make me hot, dog. Shit make me hot. But then, like in practices, it was good because he already had, like, again, he had the key, so it was like it was offensively, and like he could. It was nothing he couldn't do.
Mhm.
So that's what made it fun for I'm sure for him. But for me, I had the second unit, so I was able to like I was pretty much
Use the Melo of the second unit.
right.
Yeah.
So I could do whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
So, but at the time, it was good because we was working on schemes. So whatever scheme it was, I got to be whoever the man was on the other team, and really like play pick and rolls or do certain situations or whatever. And obviously, the first team with Kmart can be Andre Miller, him. Who at the time they put in front of me, man? I don't fucking know.
Gosh,
I
don't
think
remember either.
Kuba or AC or
Diawara.
somebody. Diawara.
Whoa.
That's a blast.
That's actually a trivia question.
I heard that name in so long. I'm like,
This is real action. This is real internal shit that's going on.
Real talk. And it's crazy because out of all of them,
Clazer,
I fuck
not to
with
cut
all
you
of
off.
them.
Yeah,
I really
Linus Clazer.
as a players and people, like I fuck with them, but just as a hooper,
as a competitor,
it was beyond frustrating because it was like in everybody's eyes this is clear, but what the fuck is we doing? Like if this is about winning, why is we not like, you know what I'm saying?
Was Karl coaching the team at this point? I know it's a full of the word. I ain't bringing it up. I ain't bringing him up, but seems to be a common thread in the Denver stories.
We the peace guy.
Peaceful today.
Nah, he was over there.
No more needs to be said. I'm just like, when we tell these Denver stories, this is a common
you see how you
thread.
book in that conversation just now?
Yo, that deep breath was all it needed to be said. You know what I'm saying? But Lou Will actually was asked this recently, and he was said about y'all team that was one of the teams that he was scared to play. Did y'all know y'all had that energy, that reputation going into every arena?
That's
like,
all
yo,
we
we about
talked
to
about.
fuck y'all up.
That's all we talked about. It was us against the world.
In the huddle, like,
you see,
No, we talk about off the court. This is we at dinners. We in each other's houses. This thing was in my house every day.
Yeah.
This is how we communicated.
my man Vu.
Yo, we get on this rule. That's my dog, man. You know, man, my big homie, my Rottweiler.
Man, that was my dog.
That's how we spoke. That's how we talk. Look, we going to DC.
Man,
Listen, we got to show out
what?
so we can show out.
Man,
You get what I'm saying?
Man.
We got the road trip. We got the Miami road trip.
that's what happened here. We got in that fight.
Yeah.
I was about to say, talk to me about them road trips, man, because I know the games is one thing, but after the games,
Yeah. But to your point, your question, we understood that in order for us to, because we in Denver. Mind you, that Denver's a small market at this point in time.
Yep.
In a small
Like
selection.
you may catch us at night. Like if you scroll it through before you go to bed. Oh shit, the Denver Nuggets are 11:30. Yeah, midnight and shit like that. So that's what we was getting. So when we went out and we played on like national television, that was our time to show the rest of the league what type of time it was.
Right.
And also when you came to Denver, we knew. Get these niggas to the fourth quarter, we're gonna run them out of here.
We're gonna run them up out of here.
We're gonna beat them up.
They're gonna die.
We're gonna beat them up.
Lungs gonna be on fire.
This is how we spoke about the game.
Yeah.
And it was certain times, certain players, like a Lou Will, that he was in the scouting report. At a young age, he was in the scouting report.
Came out of high school.
Right? And shout out to him for handling it that way. Cause we applied pressure. When we play, we like, we not let this nigga in high school?
Yeah.
We getting after him.
Ain't no way.
Who you got? Andre Miller. Yo, Dre, right away. Like, don't even play around. But it wasn't no knock to him. It was just how we carried it. Yo, Swish, today, I need you to go off early. So right away. Right away. This is how we actually told, yo, we got to get Kmart. We're going to get Kmart the first couple.
Get him going
We got to get him a lob early. We get him a dump off pass. Let him swing on the rim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Badass yellow boy. Like,
defense going.
We knew Mark. We got to let him. We will give Mark MC. We got to give him a couple shots top of the key. Let him, you know what I mean? Let him get the slow flow going.
Wind up.
You know what I'm saying? As long as we knew how to do all of that. And Nene, before we had Kmart, we had Nene.
Nene, man. Yeah.
We knew that nigga don't touch the ball. First play of the game, shit is going down.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You start hearing.
You start hearing that Brazilian, man. Come on, man.
Point, he didn't speak English at this point. So all you know is,
come on, my nigga, bro.
Hey, man. Ball, man.
With big ass hands. You threw that bitch to him.
Ball, man. Come on, man. Yeah, but that was to Lou's point, like, we can move on, but that was like, we approached it that way. And we embraced being, I don't want to say the bad boys, because we didn't know we was just living. We was having a good time.
Y'all was the fun team
but
to watch.
we embraced having fun, and we embraced whatever came with that.
Y'all was a fun, entertaining team between you, JR, Kenya Martin, even Andre Miller. Like, y'all had and Kiki Vandeweghe, whose MO was like, we going to play offense. We going to get up and down. We going to score the ball.
Kiki came to me and said, Melo, this is early. This was 2003, Melo. We fuck scoring 85 points.
Yeah.
Like, when we played here in Denver, we were scoring 150. We were scoring 160. We want to get back to, getting back to that. And I'm like, yo, Kiki, niggas ain't gonna never score 150, Kiki. Like, this is how 150, the game was 75, 85 to 80, 90 to 84. Like, Kiki, if the game got to 100, that was a spectacular game.
Yeah. Right.
Kiki, you talk. We was like one of the highest scoring averaging teams in the NBA.
I remember. Yeah.
And you talking about Kiki, we playing fast as shit right there. You mean to tell me we can score 50 more points? I don't know if that's gonna happen.
They got close to our record the other night.
Yeah, they did. The Seattle game?
Yeah.
The
160 something.
160 something.
We beat them by like 58.
And this is back then. These niggas looking like, yo, these niggas is wild. These niggas
No, I'm talking about the playoff game. We beat
New Orleans. That was a get back game for you, champ. We beat them by like 50. That was a get back game.
To get that 50.
Rest in peace, my brother Rasul Butler, man.
Word, my man Bob.
But we mentioned, Kiki's influence and all that type of stuff, and you talked about the type of players you needed on that team to really, help yourself grow.
But we had walking team with Mark Walking team, but it was the same. It was an extension of Kiki, the same type of makeup, even a little bit more hungrier.
Okay,
at that time.
So tell me how it was once you throw Allen Iverson in there, because
me and him might have two different perspectives, but we was there at the same time.
Okay.
So
I think on paper, you know what I mean. I'm talking about, like, I said earlier how much that was an enjoyable team, and then like seeing Iverson join that squad.
Yeah,
you probably expected. Probably a lot more. I'm sure chemistry-wise was probably different.
It was certain pieces, like to build on a team that I was looking at. Like, you know what? If I can grow with Marcus Camby being the center, if I can grow with Kmart, we can have Kmart known as a Denver Nuggets power forward for some years.
Right.
We got Swish, who's supposed to be a starter, but he's a starter coming off the bench. You don't get that. Right. And now you implement somebody like AI, but it was like always like, damn, we wish we had, if we could get Andre Miller back with AI, or we can get a point guard with AI, then we good. And that's how once we got AI, it was just like, we tried. That was a message to me saying, or to us saying, we ready to turn it up a notch.
Right.
We ready to turn, whatever happens, we putting it all to winning. And that's when we got Ed. But we never thought it could happen.
Yeah.
He came walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
It's the game time. It's game time. They like, yo, y'all just got AI. They like, what?
Wait, what do you mean he came walking down the hallway? Like, you saw him walking down before the train was official?
You see that clip of him walking into the arena?
He caught that train. He caught the plane, and that shit was
you see him getting off the plane. They got the big gray sweatsuit on. Got iPad, and you know what I mean? That wasn't iPad back then. DVD players bag, Louis bag. That's how he walked in the game.
Wow.
And we like at the locker, we like, yo, Chuck, nigga, we got AI, nigga. It's on. We like kid in the candy store at the house. Yo, you know what we got? You know what we got?
Did y'all know, like, yo, we got him, like, that was a piece. Now we about to make this run.
Him or me?
Both of y'all.
I'm about to say, like, I feel
so as a player, right? Because when we got him, we were struggling a little bit, right? We were struggling. We was running, we were struggling. We were still trying to find like a point guard or missing piece. We got him. When we get him, the season goes on. Now we meet up with a dynasty, which is San Antonio, right? And now this is a test for us, right? Now I feel like let's go.
Tough.
Like, okay, San Antonio, let's go. I got somebody else with me. Let's go. We win the first game in San Antonio. Like, this is the feeling I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? They came back, fucked us up after that, but when you think about it, this is we ran across a juggernaut. We ran across a dynasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you really put it in perspective. And we wasn't ready for them at that point in time. At that point in time, we felt like we was ready for them. But when you look at the universe, that ain't how shit work and operate. It's their time. This is what they doing. We in their way. That's how they looked at us. We needed a point guard because we saw and looked back from that series. We're like, over the season, summer, we need a point guard. If we had a point guard, we'd be all right. But we brought in Anthony Carter at the last minute to be the point guard. And I'm like, we fell in love with Anthony Carter. Like the shit that he was doing, like his work ethic and what he brought to the game, his energy, his smartness, and you know what I mean? He brought something different. But it was like, we needed that
quarterback.
Yeah.
QB1.
Yeah, because we didn't want AI with the ball.
You want him finishing, don't want him to table setting.
We wanted AI for who AI was.
Right.
We didn't want AI to come in, put the ball. No, we want AI to be the 2 guard. I'm the 3, and we need a point. That's how we looked at it. Right? So we was trying to figure out that position so much to the point where we put AI at the point. You get what I'm saying? So now you ask him to run the point. You asking him, but run the point differently than he was running it in Philly.
Right.
Philly had Eric Snow. You had, but you still was a point.
Right.
In Denver, you have to lead as the point. It was different.
Different situation, yeah.
How did that sort of like affect your playing time there, or just the playing style with not a real PG to sort of like help set you up as an offensive player?
Well, it's crazy because when I first got to Denver, I was starting.
Yeah.
So when I get there, like we was rolling. When I tell you we was highest scoring duo, it was like I want to say we was the highest scoring duo at the time. I believe. I think he was averaging like 31 or something like that, and I was averaging like 20, 21 or something like that. And we get having these nights where we like, yo, we gotta go. And I'm from Jersey, so we gotta show out so we can show out. We have a night at the Guard. We're having a night. We get into the scuffle. After the scuffle, I get 10. You got 15. We got suspension. During the suspension, then we trade for Chuck. And after that, I start coming off the bench. So for me, it was just like, and it's crazy because now that I look at it, it's kind of the same scenario that I was kind of put in with D Wade when he came to Cleveland. Yeah, because it's like now I got to come off the bench and the team don't look the same. Like for me, like I'm able to see it from a perspective and take my ego out of it because I know what I bring to teams. I know I could do so many different things. So it's not like I'm talking out of my ass. It's like I know I space the floor. If I'm in the game with him, he needs space. You don't want nobody crowding up the space. Right. Chuck is not a spot-up shooter. He's more, I need to go to ISO, get to my side. Yeah. And when you're doing that, it's almost counterproductive because by the time the ball gets swung from one side to the other, there's not enough time to go ISO. It's only one person who really going to get majority of those shots. And for the efficiency and the scorer that he is, we going to him.
He bringing me back to a point because, and it's starting to come back to me now when I think about getting Chuck. Like it was like, and for me, and understanding the assignment as a young player, right? Even though it was things I had to figure out and get better at and learn and mature. But like, when I looked at it, it was like, damn, I want to get better. If they won 18 games last year, this year I want to win 40, 30-something games, 41 games. Next year I want to win 40. Like I always had to up the ante. So by the time we are getting to Chuck now, the scuffle, I'm already in prime. If the league stopped at that point in time, I'd have been probably MVP of the league at that point in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm already hitting my stride.
Prime.
As far as not even prime.
Just like
Nah,
I'm hitting the curve. The curve is there. I hit the curve.
Got you.
So now that I hit the curve, my thought processes is different. I'm thinking about winning. I want to win now. Like, it shit means a lot different. So when I get Chuck, I'm thinking, I'm going to make this work. But the only way I know how to make this work is allow him to be who he is. That's one part of it. The other part of it, this is my man, who he's in my house every single day. We still young. But now we going through two different situations and we have two different perspectives. So I got to put my arm around him even more. Champ, I got to be big bro now because this is what's right. We know you a starter, nigga. Get that shit out your head, nigga. Like, but now, don't fight this though. Don't fight this because if we fight this, nigga, I got to fight for you because they're going to try to get you out of here. So this is the information that I'm giving him. As his brother. Right. Nigga, let's make this work. Nigga, we got Chuck. Nigga, we get this shit right, we all look good. You the sixth man, you the best nigga coming off the bench. You really a starter. And this was our message as a team. Nigga, we got a starter coming off the bench. Like, nobody's better than him at that position.
Right. So that's your perspective on it being you. Swish, what's your perspective on it being a guard that's going from playing with AI, who's like he needs the ball in his hands, to somebody like Chauncey, who's more of a facilitator. You know what I'm saying?
Like one of the spot back.
I swear right now.
All right, so speaking of just like a hard shift as far as like lifestyle and all that, 2011 rolls around, the lockout happens, and you go to China to go hoop, put up crazy numbers over there. Obviously, everybody kind of had to deal with the lockout in their own certain specific way. What led to your decision to go over and play in China?
He left me.
Yo, that's crazy.
Word.
So what happened? How that
My
conversation
son
go?
left, man.
That
He-
nigga called me and told you left me, man.
Word.
You gonna leave me like that,
Left me
man?
like that, bro. He left
You gonna
me
leave
with
me like you
this
gonna take your ball and leave, man?
Did you at least get the heads
Son
up that the
left.
trade was happening before, or you found out
No.
with everybody?
Man,
You found out when I found out.
Nah, we good. All right, bet. They went home, but they was gone. I said, damn, it's just over there.
Like
Did the Fresh Prince be?
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
right.
Like,
No bull, but like it was wild because when I ended up going, he was one of the last people to call me to come to the Knicks.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get to the store. I've been trying to do whatever. God rest his soul. Yo, Cole texts me. He's like, yo, man, I need you. What's up, man? I need an alpha. I need an alpha. I'm like, oh shit, like word. Grover started texting me and shit. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I might go to the Lakers. So at the time, I'm with Leon Rose and them.
Mm-hmm.
So CP, we all got the same joint. Me, him, CP, everybody. So CP started hitting me. He's like, yo, bro, like, you need to come to the Clippers. Like we need to figure this out. Like da 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 da. I'm like, shit. Oh, all right. I didn't even think the Knicks was an option.
Mm-hmm.
He hit me like, yo. I was like, yo. He was like, yo, what's up, man? Like he didn't even. First of all, he ain't say nothing because he ain't never gonna ask. So he was like, yeah, man. How you doing over there? I see you do this, that, the third. I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, what you got going on after this? Da, da, da. I was like, yo, I think I'm about to go to the Clippers or the Lakers, man. Like, I talked to CP. Cole hit me. Da, da, da. He's like, damn, dog, you gonna do me like that? He said, damn, dog, you gonna do me like that? I was like, what you mean? He's like, you ain't coming over there? I'm like, all right, man. I'll be there Monday.
That's it. You can't even ask him straight up.
Yo, first of all, the story behind the scenes on that, I'm laughing, I'm crying over here. The stories behind the scenes, Leon, Rose.
They both have the same age in that.
We all have the same. Me, him, CP. Everybody has the same age at this point in time. So Leon is dealing with him over in China. Cole hits me and say, yo, hey, like he's, but I know he's searching for information. Yo, bro, how you doing up there in New York, man? You know, I seeing you times, you know, y'all get y'all shit together. And you know, now he give me the Knicks talk.
Okay.
And then he like, oh, man, what's Swish, man, what's up with JR? I said, man, he in China, man. You know, I think he's staying over there. He like, oh, all right, man. Yeah, man. I was wondering what happened to him. Like, damn, man, where he at, man? We got to find him. I'm trying to find a way to get him back over here. I said, oh, no, he over there in China, man. He with Leon Rose, right?
He chilling.
Now I'm hearing the story. He was swiping. He was trying to swipe. He was trying to figure out some information.
Wait, you ain't know Kobe was trying to get him?
I knew that, though, because, listen, and this is real for Leon Rose to do this. He said, Melo, your brother is a hot commodity right now in China. This nigga was going 50, 60. So
60 off the bench.
He was doing dumb shit over there in China. Man. Like, come on, bro.
It
was wild. So he said, Melo, everybody's calling for JR. He said, I think you need to give him a call. I said, Leon, who called him? I know Cole already. He said, Kobe called him. He said, CP hit me, reached out for him. I said, all right, call Swish. We had just finished playing that night, too. I called him after the game. There's a time difference. Just chopping it up with him. That's my brother, so I want to know how's China? Like, that shit is different. You know what I mean? Going up.
Getting up.
He like, oh, man. Let me talk to Leon. That's what he told me. Let me talk to Leon. Nigga, Leon called me back the next, 2 days ago, 2 days after. He like, man, I don't know what you said, this JR. He on the flight. He's a New York Knick. I said, what the fuck? I said, yeah, Swiss. And then we went from there. Nigga came in there fresh from China.
Is that true? Fresh off the plane? Like,
this nigga was fresh off the boat, man, from China. Man.
It's crazy.
So it's crazy, man. I landed in, because I came from China. I went from China to LA. I went on the first of all, I left everything I had in China, bro. Like everything I had, computers, clothes, sneakers, everything. I just got out of there. I landed in LA, but when I landed in LA, Mark Walker team met me at the gate. He's like, just in case you try anything funny, talk about like some clipper shit or something. So I was like, what? I was like, nah, man. So
that's how we
I
work.
had to sign the joint. I signed the shit at the airport. And, I flew to Vegas because it took me like 24 hours or 48 hours or some shit for the paperwork. I went to Vegas for whatever that time was, flew to New York, and played that night.
Yo. After Vegas, or like, yo, I just was in a hotel.
Vegas.
Nah, it was Vegas. Bro, I was in China. Bro, I was in China,
It was like your brother, your man, just came home from doing the bid.
Bro. Word.
Just came home from doing the bid, bro.
China wasn't like that. It wasn't like, I mean, this obviously
at that point in time, it probably wasn't.
Nah, for one, at that point in time, it wasn't. But
$6 bands worth of shrimp wasn't it?
The city I was at is like.
Very conservative.
Man, it's in the middle. Nah, like, bro, it's in the middle of nowhere. When the sun go down, the lights is out.
Oh, wow.
Like, very few spots have electricity.
Oh, wow.
Like, they put me up in a hotel that were they was just built when nobody was at. It wasn't even done. Yeah. I was the only person in that joint. They had to put 3 people in there who worked in it. I was like, bro, I'm going home.
It was in the I Am Legend hotel, just like,
nah, word. Like, I'm going home, dog. I'm not.
As hell. Oh,
you know how you see somebody from afar that you fuck with?
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, I gotta get my brother, bro. I gotta go get my brother. He's out here doing nut ass shit. He's got hot top fades. This nigga wearing wild shoes, sneakers. He's shooting from half court.
I ain't get a haircut 4.5 months, bro.
I said, Lee, I told Lee, yo, we got to come on, go get him, man. He's like, you got to make that call. I said, go get him, bro. Go get him.
I ain't gonna lie though, the best thing about China was like I was able to develop my game to where it was like I was the man all the time, so I had to orchestrate shit. So I understood. I understanding the game from a perspective of which he tried to get me to understand, but I was never in those moments to understand what the fuck he was talking about.
Right.
So in certain spots, he was like, yo, Swish, I need you to slide all the way over. I was like, I never understood why you need me to slide all the way over. You could just pass me the ball right here and I can shoot this shit from right here.
He shoot that bitch from anywhere. He's a live wire.
Right?
Hell yeah.
But I don't understand it from a space perspective because later on in the game, he need a certain view and a certain angle to where they can't cut. Like they
can't send doubles.
They can't send doubles.
That,
you can't come from the baseline. You can't come from top side. Like there's nothing you can do. And he still want to play. Yeah. Because in the fourth quarter, they don't let this nigga play. It's just smart. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I got you, my boy. But like understanding it from that perspective, it was like, damn. Like, bro, in China, it was crazy because I played with Josh Boone from UConn, right? So at the time, you had 2 Americans that could play on your team. And to combine, y'all can only play 6 quarters. So.
Wait, what?
Word.
They don't let you play the whole game together?
No, dog, you only get 6 quarters.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I would play the last, I would stop I would sit the first quarter and play the second, third, and fourth. And then he would play the first and then play the third and fourth. It was getting to a point to where I was playing all 4 and he would just play the second half. And it was just like, bro, like, I can't. I get what you're saying, bro, because I'm already handicapped. Like, I'm not gonna say handicapped because the Chinese players, they play hard. They just don't have the skill level and IQ at that time. Yeah. But from a perspective of having so much talent and people not really understanding, I can understand where frustrations can set in and be like, yo, bro, come on, man.
He did. He came back
like,
different, though.
Mid-range game, like being able to handle the ball, play pick and roll, like see different angles, just like, oh, shit. So then when I get back to the Knicks and I went 6-man and all this shit, I was just like, bro, I had a whole year, 4.5 months in real competition to really work on my game, get to my step back, learn how to get fouled, playing contact. I was in Denver, nigga, spot up or catch and shoot or dunk. There's no in between.
I think when you joined the Knicks, everybody saw that energy change on the team too immediately. You came in with the flat top. I think it was a matinee game, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like
that shit was early as
hell. It was an early ass game on ABC.
It was 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, some shit in Dallas.
And then they had the whole ESPN package, like fresh off of China, showed you off the plane. You came in, I think you hit like your first 2 shots or something like that. Like you came in going crazy. And on top of that, you got all of like, you're in the backdrop of Newark already, coming back from St. Benedict's and all that type of stuff. Like, it felt like, okay, this Knicks team is going to do something with JR, with Melo, with all these guys sort of together.
Tyson Chandler, Defensive Player of the Year.
Right, especially during the time of the year.
We were building.
Yeah. Bro, we had a defensive player of the year, 6-man of the year, and scoring champ. Like, come on, on the same team?
Yeah. And that was the year that, everybody was, the Heat was just put together.
And Woody should have been coach of the year.
And Woody should have
been. Definitely should have been coach of the year.
Word. But, you come in and you fit in immediately with these group of people. Obviously, you already have the connection with Melo, but Shump's in there. You know what I mean? I think Felton was there already. Chandler.
Yeah.
It had to. why the chuckle over Felton, man? What's that like?
He said Shump.
Oh, no, he said Shump.
Oh, said Shump. My bad.
Man, let me tell you about Shump, man. Shump has always been the same person since I met him, right? Like, I can't lie. He's always been the same person. But when I got off the plane, right, he's one of the first people I meet. And he was a rookie at the time. And he didn't really know what to expect. He always heard about me and all this other shit, right? So he's like, yo, what you want to do? I was like, yo, you got a license? Because I ain't had no license at the time. I ain't had no license for 10 years at the time. So I was like, yo, you got to drive me around. You the rookie, drive me. So he take me to the crib, take me to Newark. I pick up my daughter. He was like, yo, what you want to do? I was like, we're going to Dave & Buster's. He's like, where? I was like, in Times Square. He was like, bro, we play for the Knicks. Man. It's like, I don't care what you talking about. I'm taking my daughter to the Dave & Buster's. Yeah. You go drive. He drove me up, man. When I see them do that, and the whole time, and this is before, and it's crazy because it's really full circle, because he was playing Kendrick and going crazy way back then on the mixtapes. And I'm sitting here like, this little young motherfucker is nuts. And I'm sitting here saying that about him, so I can imagine what people say about me. I'm sitting like, this little motherfucker is crazy. But Shump is my dude, dog. That shit is funny as hell.
Yo, but talking about him reacting like that to you saying, let's go to Dave & Buster's in Times Square, and him being like, yo, but we play for the Knicks. You known for that, bro. I remember back in the days on Twitter, you would just hop on your bike and be like, yo, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Pull up. You know what I'm saying? Is that the jersey in you? Is that like, what is it? Is it?
I don't know,
Is that
man.
the
Because now that I
personality
think
thing?
about it, it was some dumbass shit for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, like telling people where you at and where you going, like, bro, you tripping. Like, I can't even think of myself doing this shit nowadays. Like, for real. Like,
It was like a different era.
yeah, definitely. It was a different time, though.
That greenhouse era.
Like, yeah,
Like,
no, God.
like,
Get me started.
Those
Jersey
some
and
times,
Raptors.
man.
Man, those were some times.
The NBA playoffs are in full effect, so you know we had to get right with FanDuel.
Listen, man, FanDuel is the best place to find all your favorite player props, and now you can make the smarter play with new performance trends.
Want to see if a guy's hitting that over consistently, or maybe they've been flirting with a potential triple-double. Get the latest stats right inside the app and see who's heating up.
Oh, and once the game starts, that's when things get interesting, because you can combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big moolah.
And if you don't already have FanDuel, it's not too late to get in on the action. You'll get started with $200 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/7 p.m. to join the day. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. We're taking a quick break to put you on the McDonald's all-new crispy chicken strip.
New McCrispy strips are here. It's chicken made for dipping. Tender, juicy, white meat chicken with a golden brown peppery breading.
It's chicken so good, it deserves its own sauce. The creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. A sauce that's creamy, savory, and sweet with a little heat.
But it works with any of our sauces. Melo, what are your go-to sauces for McCrispy strips? Do you like barbecue? You like sweet and sour? What do you want to?
Give me the sweet and sour, champ.
Okay, all
Sweet
right.
and sour, man. So that's my choice. You pick your own choice. Head over to McDonald's and go grab the new McCrispy strips with the new creamy chili McCrispy strip dip. It's chicken made for dipping, only at McDonald's. Stand on that team, though. Like
Which one?
13. Let's take them 13.
Oh, man.
Right? Like 6th man of the year, leading scorer, defensive player of the year.
I want to say Novak had the highest 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discount double check.
Beat
You know?
the Heat in the season series.
Absolutely.
Had they
So
known
we
what-
had and I do believe Woody should have been coach of the year that year. Like, I talked about you coming back from China and something, you were sharper, like something clicked. And I think you hit on it earlier, but what clicked for you? What changed when you came back from China?
That perspective of like understanding, for one, spacing, being a man, having to carry a quote unquote team. Like, granted, it was in China, and you know, some people may not get the credibility of it, but people don't really understand how hard that shit is.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine
Culturally.
culturally, but I can only imagine from an NBA franchise, and you know, and especially at the crib, like. Over there, you got to carry it, but I don't speak the language.
Mm-hmm.
I know they really passionate about it, but I don't really have to hear about it. Like over here, shit on your feed, shit on TV, your parents, your family, everybody calling you about this shit. So I'm able to understand, but I'm able to understand it from a basketball perspective of how to get to my bag, like what my bag is. How do I get to the free throw line? How do I make an impact on the game to where I can use a certain person down the line, using teammates and shit like that, and figure out who got it and who don't got it. So when I got, like, honestly, and then when we got J Kidd, changed my whole perspective on the game, on how easy it is, and he broke it down, how easy it is to score 18, 20 points a game, especially for me and what I did.
And also how to play alongside somebody. For me, that's what I think J Kidd helped you with as well.
Yeah, for sure. And at the time, another situation, I felt like I should have been starting, but I was able to accept it differently because I knew what I brought to the team and how it could work coming off the bench. Like, that was the first time I felt like with the pieces we got, if I come off the bench, we could really make this shit work. And that's why I fought it. I'm not gonna lie, I fought it for like 2 days because Woody told me and what's one thing I respect about Woody, because Woody knew going into that season, I was preparing to be the starter of the team, and I was in the gym with Edon every day. Like, I was literally how Mike Tyson was talking about, like I was like a chained dog, bro. Like if you pulled that collar off and we was in the gym, somebody's ass was getting tore up.
Yeah.
And that's just what I was on. And that's just, it didn't matter who it was. And when that shit, the first day, he's like, listen, sat me down before practice, everything. Look, I know you're going to be mad. I know you're not going to like it. I know you're going to be frustrated. But I need you to come off the bench. You're going to win 6th Man of the Year. You're going to get paid.
Right.
I said, Woody, this is some fucking bullshit, dog. You told me that I would be the starter. He's like, listen, this is going to be the best situation for the team. Look at the guys we got. Look at the makeup. I was like, all right. Walked out the office like, man, fuck this shit. I'm done. Like I don't need.
That nigga left. Stormed out. Nigga left.
I was hot.
I don't think
on
people
fire.
looked at you as an off the bench player.
He stormed out,
like,
Chad.
He was a 6th starter.
Nigga like that.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you don't get the credibility for that shit, bro.
Swish, where you going, Chad? Fuck this shit.
For me, like, nah, for real. Like,
That's how he was. Man, fuck this shit, man. I'm out of here.
And a lot of people say they don't want credibility. It's not that you want credibility. You just don't want to be underappreciated.
God,
You want to
You
be
know what I'm
appreciated
saying?
for what you bring to the game.
100%. And for me, and what I feel like I brought to these teams and that I was on, especially with him, it's just like at every nook and turn, I just felt like I was being underappreciated to a standpoint to where like it's almost like you trying to blatantly disrespect me. It's like calling me a bitch without having the balls to call me a bitch.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's why, again, I appreciate Woody because he came up and straight told me, like, look, this is what's going to happen. Everybody else was just like, man, we can do it whatever we want to. Like,
you would find out until it's game time.
And everybody else would get communication. I'm just sitting here like that. Nah, bro, you ain't about to do this to me. Like, this thing. And they be mad when I have an attitude or I walk or act a certain type of way. He be like, nah, Swish. Man, fuck that.
Well, do you think it's a double-edged sword though, because of your playing style and how electric you are as a scorer that coaches pretty thought, we could put him anywhere and he's gonna be productive.
No, for real.
I'm gonna answer that for you. No, because everybody knew what they was getting with him.
Yep.
It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna try to change JR. It's like, no, if you getting to him, you know what you getting.
Right.
And at the time, I was the only one that appreciated that style of his game. And I knew you can't box him in. I used to tell Woody, don't box him in.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Melo, man, you telling me what the fuck to do? Nah, coach. I'm just telling you, don't box that. Don't box that man in.
Yeah.
All right, man. So you just want me to let him out here doing whatever the fuck he want to do? Nah, coach. All right, JR, go give me 25 today. Like that's how he was though, and I think that helped JR of somebody in the leadership role appreciating him so he can receive your Swish. Let me holler at you.
Mm-hmm.
Man to man, I got you, but we're gonna make this move. And I want you to, you're not gonna like the move, but I want to sit down with you first before anything. Because once I sit down with you, now I can address the whole team about the changes that we're about to make.
Yeah. Right.
And niggas gonna be mad.
100%.
Of course.
But it's different when you don't have to when you can play freely and not and have the confidence of the person that you playing for, opposed to when you got to play in spite of basketball. Like a lot of most of my Denver days is I play in spite of basketball. I would get benched some days or try to get to throw me in the last 2 minutes to kind of drop your average so you don't got to get paid a certain type shit. And I go out there and get a quick 9 to 10 points off of 3 catch and shoots, and he'd be looking there mad as a motherfucker. And it's I know I can do what I do just in spite of you. I would go out there and try to windmill and do all the crazy ass dunks. I know this dude hated that shit. Yeah. Shoot as far as I can, and that should be cash. I'd be in practice, fucking up the drill, shooting the deep ass threes. They playing shell, cash and shit. It's just I'm gonna play in spite of. You want to be an asshole to me, I'm gonna be an asshole to you. So to be able to finally have that with Woody in New York, for real, that shit was the best shit ever, bro.
Oh man, that open communication where it's
I can sit here and tell you what's going. Not only what's going on in the game, but what's going on in my life. You really give a fuck.
And people underestimate that part of it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. When I tell you, I still got a relationship with Woody to this day. He'll call me. Yo, how your family doing? Yo, you want to go play golf? I'll be in the Hamptons. We gonna go play. All right, bet. Like we got a great relationship. It's only like real talk. One other coach and that's T. Lue that I got that relationship with. I played 16 years in the league.
You know those New York years, man. You mentioned it a little bit. But I want to touch it back after the Dave and Buster's thing. It was like, yo, we played for the Knicks. What are you talking about? Obviously, you know, being a New York Knick and playing well is one thing, but I think when you were here, there was sort of like this aura / persona about you off the court, especially being like, you know, the Hennessy jokes that I know you've spoken on in past episodes, and you know,
you was outside before outside was outside.
And, you know, I always tell Melo this. Anytime we have basketball players on here, it's like, yo, this class of people is like the real like inaugural class of like NBA social media and everybody just knowing where people are at all types of times. And you said it just a few moments ago, like, damn, that was really, I wouldn't have done that now, you know, just knowing everything I know. But I mean, it was definitely an era. There was definitely a time.
It was definitely a time.
During those New York years. And when you're big in New York, like, it's one thing to just be a big New York player, but to you know, for lack of a better term, take a bite out the apple, you got to be one with the people. And y'all definitely were one with the people
100%.
outside of New York City, you know? Like
that was by design, though.
The whole squad, yeah.
I used to tell, like, I'm not making it seem like I was the, you know, the big homie, but we the same. But we men now. But I'm saying at that point in time, we was together. Summertime, moving around the way I was moving at that point in time, he right along with me, moving the way that I'm moving. So he's seeing it, how we are in the streets and how we moving around in the streets and how we entrenched into the streets.
Yeah.
And not saying no bullshit, but we was entrenched into the actual streets. We
nightlife
was heavily connected, but fuck the nightlife.
Yeah.
We was heavily connected to the streets. So anything that happened, it was coming back on us. And for him to have to be, he was around and he experienced that. He saw that, oh shit, man, these niggas, damn, he that, and this how he carrying it with somebody else? Oh no, this nigga's everywhere. This nigga in carry-outs, nigga bodegas, niggas walking around at night like, word, if that's how we moving, and that's how we moving. And then once we got to New York, we felt like this was our city already. He was coming back home, I'm here home, like this is our city, so we ain't shying away from this. And I think the way that we spoke about New York gave Shump that mentality of, yo, you can't be out here like that. Like, this is New York. It's like, nah, Shump, we moving.
Right.
And over the years, he became that.
Yeah.
You saw saying this nigga. Like, Shump, not Shump everywhere. Not over there, Shump. Not over there, Chuck.
We don't bring your ass back over here.
We different now.
You talking about you in the Bronx?
Yeah, like we thinking differently.
We
You
in the
know what I'm
Bronx,
saying?
baby.
Like that's
the Bronx.
that was like the whole of why Swish was outside like that. He always been outside. That ain't nothing new.
Man, when I heard something's in my stomping grounds and around my parts, I was like, Shump, if you don't bring your ass back over here, bro, what is you doing? What is you doing? Now you're just too comfortable,
Yeah, you took too much information. You ain't say connected dots like that, champ.
What's some of them like I won't say nights because you said fuck the nightlife, but some of them hangout sessions that you remember that really. He was like, yeah, man, we was really running, like that was one of those times.
It was only those years. It was that year when we decided to like, yo, you know what? We got to stand for something. Like, this is New York. We got to come up with that. I mean, the Knickstape. Like, that's when we came up with the Knickstape because it was like, yo, look at us. We walking outside in Sacramento to Roof Chris. It's 12 of us.
Man.
It's 12 of us walking to Roof Chris. Yo, you know what, man? Ain't no other team moving like this. Ain't no other team outside. And we represent New York. We got to come up with some type of mixtape. We got to show somebody. We got to show this type of shit.
I was the fan favorite.
And we had creative.
Man.
We had creative niggas with us. BD very, alongside us. Shump was a very creative guy. So it's like, yo, man, we just mobbing. And that's how Knickstape came up. The mixtape. Niggas like, what Knickstape? Word, Knickstape. Oh shit, stat.
That shit.
Oh, stat, Knickstape. Yeah. We running with that. And that's how Knickstape started.
But that really was like Kaz was saying, that really was a city fan favorite type of team, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even reaching here, bro. Like 96 Yankees type of, you know what I mean? Like just the personality, the way y'all embodied the city, bro. Bro, I was up in fucking Funk Flex with Shump, freestyling. You know what I'm saying? That's real New York City shit right there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
before it was cool, though.
Right.
Before it was cool for a athlete to be doing something else.
Right.
And like Shump, I give him this. I will always say this about him. He was ahead of his time thinking that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he was, and he got ridiculed for being that in the locker room, on the bus with the headphones, music loud, doing in his own world though.
Yeah.
Rapping out loud, like he was.
Nah, Shump is.
He got persecuted for being and doing that. He's not serious. He's not this. He's too like. And it comes a point in time where we had to be like, oh, Shump, that's enough, champ. Like,
yeah, you got
dumb it down, like dumb it down a little bit. And fuck this shit. Like he got to dumb it down, Shump.
Okay.
But we were older at this point in time. But my point is, they used to fuck with him about that. You know what I mean? But with Swish, man, it was that Knicks-tape era to go by and let him speak on it like that. For me, was the second time in my career that I felt real team energy, connectivity, and we all aligned from front office to the 15th man on the bench. Like that was the second time that I felt that in my 19-year career.
And the Cellies was crazy. You had the guitar, Shump had to hold my phone. You know what I'm saying? You had
now
to
you see it everywhere. Now you see the hold my phone everywhere. When Shump did that, niggas like, yo, Shump, what's that?
What was that?
Man, he didn't hold my phone, man. Hold up, hold my phone. That's what it started.
I just dropped too.
Hold my phone. That's what it started at.
I just dropped.
Shump used to yell that shit out loud. Hold up. Hold my phone.
Hey, yo, shorty.
That shit was
He did that shit one time. Hold up, man. Hold my phone. Oh, man. Oh, we got one. We got one.
The fans felt that too, right? Like if y'all felt like that as players, as fans, like we always talk about if teams, you know, I mean, not every team gets to win a championship, but certain teams have a certain cultural hold on their city.
Yeah.
That Knicks
we felt like we won the
team,
championship that year.
Yeah.
I mean, just not from a connection standpoint. Like we felt like we was in championship format.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of like personalities and just everybody coming together, bonding. And it was deeper than basketball. And Woody was the one who held that shit down because there was a lot of shit that could have came into that locker room, which it did. That a lot of y'all would never know. But it did. And for him to lead in that way he did it, no. Nigga, what? Swish doing what? Nah, come on, take everybody in here. Hey, Swish, man, what's up with you, man? You all right? You got something to say to the team? Man, we don't be doing none of that shit over here. It's that. Melo, what's up, man? Like, nah, you gonna say something. All that quiet shit, you ain't, all that State Melo bullshit.
Your ass on.
Nah, you gonna say something, man. Get your ass up here, man.
Put your ass on.
Straight up.
What was it about Woody Swish in particular, man? Because like y'all, you say like he's one of the only coaches in your 16-year career that you still got a relationship with, you still got a connection with. You talk about how he even had like somebody like you that could tell a coach, man, get the fuck out of here. Would listen, you know what I'm saying?
Rightfully
and
so.
And give him that grace that a lot of coaches don't get.
For me, it was accountability, man. Like he holds you accountable, and he don't care where you stand. Like when I started saying, like I seen a lot of people. I play with a lot of superstars, and I seen them not hold dudes accountable. Like, and I seen them being scared to talk to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Whatever dynamic they are afraid of you in, it's just like George would be pissed off at him, but he won't say nothing to him. But you be bitching at me though.
Right.
Woody. Hey, Melo, what the fuck you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Come here, man. What you say? Like, he get up like he want to smoke. Like, hey, man, what the fuck? Like, shit, don't tempt me. Like, but he like that. He like your uncle, like your OG, who really like, but you know he doing it from the kindness of his heart. He cares about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know the saying, like, if I gotta stop talking to you, then
we got a real problem.
We got a real problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You do got big unk energy, bro. And there's been a lot of times, just as a fan, I know you know,
of course,
when you watching the game on TV, you take a shot, you like, you know what I mean? From the logo, you look over at the bench, Woody like,
yo, the funniest shit is, and I'm gonna let you get to the next because a funny story. Swish don't even know this. Swish was in the game one time. I'm on the bench, but I'm sitting, I'm talking to Woody. But Woody pacing back and forth, though. Now he down at the baseline. Swish shot some shit, like came off and faded 3, like on the left side, faded. What'd he say? Hey, man, get him, man. Get him, man. Get his ass over here, right? I'm crying, I'm crying. Yo, Swish ran over to the bench. What'd he say? Hey, man. Just act like I'm saying something to you, man. Act like I'm saying something. Man, shoot that shit again, man. I gotta make it see. Yo, I said, what are you bluffing, motherfucker? He said, hey, man, see, you gotta know how to get to your players, man. He said, see, Swish knew that he shot a bad shot, and I wanted him to think that on the way over here. He said, but I ain't had to say nothing else to him. The next day I'm gonna say to him, man, shoot that shit again. I said, you are crazy, bro.
And he should have make it.
No bullshit,
but that gave him confidence, bro. That gave everybody confidence.
Because you had a bunch of like game winners too for the Knicks, man. Where like
all the games he sat out. All the games he sat out.
Which is rare.
He busted sauce out,
There was
right?
only 2 of them.
Yeah, sauce games.
Yeah. It was I think that year I played 80 games. I missed the last 2 because of listening to him again. I should have played. But you missed like 4 or 5 that year. And the 2, one was in Phoenix and the other one was in Charlotte. But J Kidd orchestrated that whole shit. He's like,
that's when I
man,
ripped my finger in Charlotte.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dumbass shit.
J Kidd was like, look, man, Woody drew up the play. J Kidd was like, as soon as we get to, as soon as we walk away, I'm gonna throw the ball right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw the ball right here. All you gotta do is do your thing. Right?
Just be patient. Just be patient.
Just do your thing right here. I'm like, all right, bet. Loop that motherfucker, just drop that bit.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, God damn, this motherfucker is cold. Hey, man.
And the other one.
All you got to do is run.
The
Just
other
run.
one.
I'm going to throw it.
The Charlotte one.
The same thing.
The Charlotte one was the crazy one.
Hey.
Yeah. You know, just be patient.
Just be patient.
Right there,
just be
Swish.
patient.
Right
It's going to
there,
be there.
right.
It's going to be right there. Just be ready.
He'll
Just
tell
be
you
ready.
early in the game, hey, Swish, that's going to be there later in the game, Swish.
Facts.
That shot going to be there. Don't shoot it now.
Man.
right.
Facts.
That shot going to be there.
Is J Kidd the most brilliant basketball mind? One of the most brilliant basketball minds you've played with together, both of y'all.
Yeah.
Chauncey was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they own
Chauncey,
right.
yeah, and they
for
all
sure.
right. Chauncey was brilliant in his own way. Chauncey was brilliant in the.
Because y'all scorers, man.
He orchestrating. Yo.
No
Switch,
bullshit.
He orchestrating. He ain't going nowhere until you in your spot.
Right.
If you a step above, he ain't. Nah, they move one more step down, and then we get to it. Like
Right.
that was Chauncey.
Yeah.
J Kidd was more. We gonna see. Yo, listen. We just gonna run 3 plays in the first half, in the first quarter, start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we successful with, we not running that again until the end of the game, where they done forgot about this play.
When we need it. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, J Kidd, we just scored 4 straight, 5 straight on this shit right here. Nah, Melo, just stay with me. All right. Fuck it. All right, shit. I guess I gotta get to another package over here. That package is done for right now.
Yeah.
Then end of the game, he's like, Melo, remember that situation right there? Yo, we gonna run that right now. And it works.
Yeah.
Man, smart motherfucker, man. Like,
Man, J Kidd.
unbelievable.
She.
Vision was crazy.
She too.
J Kidd was J Kidd was like the offensive captain, I would call it.
Yeah.
Like he did all of that. But then on the defensive end, we had she wasn't, even if he wasn't playing as much, like even in the film studies and all that shit.
He was voice.
His voice, they was orchestrating shit. I was just like, oh
It's like we had an
shit.
OC.
Yeah.
On the
Like,
defensive side. Yeah.
But we got players
Yeah.
though. So it's a
He like Ed
completely
Reed and
different.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which I think they took it out now because of like real vets and like that's what they bring to the table.
Of course.
Because then you can hold somebody accountable at a different level of what a coach can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's
when
a
they're on the
different
court with you.
respect factor.
And you the conduit from the coach to the player now, because you sit in that seat.
Right.
You that vet who's been there. You may not play. You may play. The coach got respect for you to say, yo, Miro, yo, you want to play tonight? You feel like you feel like getting ready tonight?
I was playing golf.
All right, don't worry about it. I'll get you down to like it's that level of as opposed to just you come to the game and she get him. He like, what the fuck?
But
like,
hold on.
Right? So
I've
now
been doing it 15 years.
everybody is prepared. Like the way she used to run the film sessions for the bigs and like you don't see that type of shit and demand that type of respect and that presence in those locker rooms. So for us, we had J Kidd, Kurt Thomas, Sheed, Camby was here. Kmart was older. Meta World Peace was with us.
Even to their credit, but that's what keeps the young dudes in line.
Yeah.
That's where you won't have certain situations with dudes just out here doing random dumb shit and you just looking and just like, because you got real vets who showing you the ropes, who teaching you like, this is what you do, this is how you move around. And for me, I take pride into it because when I came out, I came out of high school, I ain't had that shit. Like I was with dudes 35 years old, they kids damn near the same age as me, like.
Now the ratio's in reverse. It's like, we used to be one young dude and a bunch of vets. Now it's a bunch of young dudes.
The oldest dude on the team, 25.
Yeah, and maybe you got one.
Bro, I was the youngest dude on the team for like the first 6 years of my career.
Yeah.
That's a different understanding of like growing through something and growing through like real shit with dudes that I can really point to like, damn, that's my OG. Like that's the old head that I really like. They old head is the same age as them. Like
my OG 26.
I'm OG 26, but I'm 24.
The OGYNs, man.
The OGYNs.
For real, bro.
Sound like a doctor, nigga. Yeah, I'm an OGYN. Yeah.
Hey, man, like when Shump was on the episode a few months back, one of the moments that Melo, talked about his, behind the scenes tirades was when, the Knicks traded yourself and Shump to Cleveland.
He's gonna bring that up?
Yeah, we had to, bro. I'm sorry about that.
Y'all be your own people, man. Your own production team ain't shit.
Melo explained to us how it wasn't that great of a conversation. Lots of furniture got moved that day.
It wasn't a conversation.
Wasn't a conversation at all. Did you guys talk right after it happened? What was the conversation like when y'all had to go your separate ways, man? What was that like when you were going from New York to Cleveland?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I cried.
Really?
Yeah. I was in Memphis. We was in Memphis. I had just got out of, I was working out. We was getting ready for the game. And I came back in the locker room and who was it? Steve Mills? Steve Mills pulled me aside. He's like, yeah, man, we just traded you and Shump to Cleveland. And I was just like, dang, word. Like, I ain't want to say nothing in front of him or whatever because I already had my feelings about him and the situation that we was already in with the new group, new regime, whatever.
Yep, at that time.
Yeah, smarted themselves. But, so I was like, all right, go back to my locker and shit, taking my shit off. Then I started looking around. I'm like, where's son at? And he was in the little
to get a massage. I was getting treatment.
Yeah, you was getting treatment, but you went into the equipment room where Tina shit was at. And we was in there, I was over there fucking tearing up and shit. He was over there, I think he was still on the phone with Leon or somebody. And he was on the phone going the fuck off.
I couldn't get Leon on the phone.
And, I forgot who you was talking to. He was like, to him? You gonna trade him to him?
No, that was Steve. No, I was on the phone with them. I was on the phone with them, with the Knicks.
Yeah. So but all I keep hearing is like, man, you gonna trade him to him? You gonna trade him to him? I'm like, damn. And at the time for me, like, I ain't gonna lie, man to man, I was more hurt. It was more of a vendetta between. It felt like it was more between you and Bron, opposed to the relationship we had over the time that we had and spent. And for me, all I could really fathom at the time was it was over. Like, damn, like this is my best friend. I'm never gonna hoop with this nigga again. Like this was like a real live end to an era. Like I didn't really feel like that in Denver. I felt like we was gonna get it back into a different situation. It's just that I knew it wasn't going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm damn sure it wasn't going to be there. But when it happened, that was my initial thought. And I went away from that shit like, damn, like, was this shit bullshit? Like, did he really rock with me like that? For real, like man to man shit. And the shit played with my mind, and I was just, and I literally, I swear, bro, I told my dad this shit. My dad looked at me like I had 3 heads. He was like, you kidding me right now? I man fucking love you. He was like, you talking about? Like, you like gave me a whole different perspective and outlook on shit, and I was just like, nah, you right. Like, you right. But then I told Shump was over there going nuts. Yeah. Shump was losing it. Like for me, it was like
it was post 90s Shump.
Yeah, for sure.
Post 90s. Yeah. Knicks-tape is in full effect.
For me, like, don't get me wrong, I was more emotionally torn about the brotherhood opposed than the team, because the team had already been messed up.
Yeah.
Like it was already felt like it was already like a cancer inside the situation. The way whole training camp was at the army base or whatever the fuck that shit was, and like the whole way the shit was going. It was destined. The vibes was different. The vibes was completely different. So for me, it was just like, I'm glad I want to be a part of this shit anyway, because y'all, this is never, it ain't gonna work out.
Right.
You got niggas running the triangle in 2013. Man, after we just, bro, all right.
Yeah.
But Shump was fucking, I'm telling you, he was hot. And I remember we went back to the hotel. They had the game on. We was watching the game and shit. After we got traded, we got lit in the bar at that little joint right across the street.
The Western.
The Western. We got lit at the Western. They sent the jet for us the next day. We went to Cleveland. On the way to Cleveland, Shump was still mad and shit. I had already thought it through at this point. Like, at the bar, I was sitting there dissecting the whole shit. Get on the plane, he's still there like, damn, Joe, they ain't believing us, Joe. I'm like, Shump, if you don't pipe that shit down, bro, we about to win the chip, bro. You tripping, man. You don't knock that shit off, man. We was just damn near last place, bro. Yeah. We just went to damn near first. We going to the chip for sure. You see our team? He's like, nah, Joe, man, fuck that shit. Man, we get 2 weeks later, we get everybody who came back healthy. Bron was healthy, Kyrie was healthy, K-Love was healthy. We start blowing shit out. He looked at me like, yo, bro. No, I was tripping. What are you talking about, man? If you don't shut up.
Yeah. But I honestly, though, as a Knicks fan, it feels good to kind of hear that, because once you see it, you always automatically think like, oh, the way you thought that there was no real friendship between you and Melo, I think as fans, you're like, damn, you're not just leaving the Knicks, but you going to the team that we trying to overcome, trying to beat.
Right. Yeah, but that's the narrative of a situation happening that way, or a trade happening. The notion is that the top guy knows everything.
Right, yeah.
Right? So he's taking that because there's no information being given to him other than this happened, we got to move on, we got to get to Cleveland. So he can't process all of that, right? But the idea of, man, this nigga had to know what was going on. Like this is his shit. Right, so as a fan, you sit and be like, "Yo, that trade, man, Shorty knew. That guy knew. That. Like that's the notion of it. And then also, now I don't know if this is true or not, but you go to another situation, and now you getting a whole different perspective on how to look at this situation. And it's like, nah, this ain't that over here no more. You get what I'm saying? This is you over here in a new situation. Don't bring that over here. He got it earlier and accepted it earlier than Shump did, right? That's why he was able to get in there a little more comfortable quicker and implement himself into it as opposed to Shump.
What you talking about, Cleveland?
Yeah. Shump was very loyal. Shump, not saying he not loyal, but Shump is a very loyal, where the loyalty.
Shump broke his hand.
You get what I'm saying? Like Shump was really...
Oh, what do you mean broke his hand?
I was a throw into the trade.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be in the trade.
They didn't even want me.
Really?
Cleveland didn't want him.
Cleveland didn't even want me.
So now I'm sitting back. After
this was the Knicks shit. Yeah. That's where I feel for him. It's just like, oh, y'all trying to be spiteful to him.
Because it wasn't had nothing to do with
our relationship. It had nothing to do with me.
It goes back to Shump when I said all the shit Shump was doing came back to haunt him at the end of the day. The shit that who he was, his personality, his loudness, his rapping and loud, like all of that. Niggas, when you winning, it's cool. When it's losing, it's like, man,
they find anything, bro.
When it's losing, that shit ain't cool no more. Yo, Melo, go tell Shump it's too loud. What?
They made you do that?
They made me do what?
Not made made
come
you,
on,
but
Check.
like, but
I'm
they
just
tell you
saying,
yo,
like,
you
this
gotta
is
go
like
on.
this is what was happening to Shump.
Okay.
Right.
So the deal was for Shump. They was coming to get Shump. They knew how bad they wanted to take that.
Right.
Shump. Cleveland wanted Shump. Now, if I get Shump, if I'm on this side, me Melo,
Okay.
competitor. If I see a situation over there that ain't right, I see some talent, I see some niggas over there that I know I can utilize. I gotta get them out that situation. Yo, Shump, we need a defender over here like Shump. We can use that.
Mm-hmm.
Young, active. I know how to work with Shump. I need that. Oh, by the way, our dumbasses, Knicks, offers this man. How you offer this man? Oh, you really trying to take the rug off from underneath for me now.
Yeah.
And then it's like, y'all don't have no reason. Yeah, granted, we losing. We ain't got no team. The shit is fucked up over here, but if I'm standing solid on this, you niggas better be standing solid on this too.
Right.
I don't complain. I'm coming here to work every single day. I'm in Memphis about to go play in the game I ain't even supposed to be playing in.
And to that credit, I was just coming off a knee surgery
Yeah.
with no rehab.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro.
Damn.
So now
I
we
always
dealing
felt
with
like they
this.
sold extra low on y'all too. I'm
Nah,
like, damn,
son, you ain't.
Even the return to Knicks guy. I
Bro,
can't
you
even
know
tell
how I
you who
heard
they
this
got.
shit?
What a joint.
I heard it.
What you heard? What?
The trade.
Yeah.
We was in the locker room. I had to sit with him.
Damn.
After. I wasn't looking for him and show where them niggas at.
Damn.
They like, Melo, don't go on. What? Yo, Melo, you ain't gonna like this one. This is how it got to me. You ain't gonna like this one. Yo, before you go in that locker room, here's what's going on.
Damn.
Shump and JR just got traded. To who? First thing, to who? You ain't gonna like this. Straight up, you ain't gonna like this. Who? Nah. Get them niggas on the phone. Man, close the door, man. I'm tearing shit up in their bags. I'm throwing equipment, shoes, all type of TV, everything.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all traded them to him? This is how y'all feel about me? To him.
That's like super fuck you. This is like in the conference.
Nigga, that's when I knew that white hat.
That motherfucker was like,
the DJ drama.
My shit had the T out. Damn, my shit was stir had the New York hard hat on. My shit went for hard hat, nigga. My shit was like this. I said, nah, check, y'all got me out here down bad. Y'all
crazy.
got me. And now I got an answer to it because now it makes it seem like, for one, I had something to do with it. For two, I didn't want these niggas on the team anymore because we was losing, so it looked like they're the scapegoat to me.
Right.
So, but before I get these niggas, I want to go talk to them. Swish, what's up, dog? Like, let me let you know, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, nigga. You just heard me on the phone. Like, oh, this shit some bullshit. You know, he crying. Damn, y'all got to talk to my man like this.
Damn.
Come on, bro. Don't do that to me.
No,
And that was honestly, that was the moment in like the perspectives, because now it became all business for me. It's all business to me now. You niggas don't want to win. This is all business.
I ain't gonna lie though, the most ass shit about it, like, it was going to a new situation, and then like, you know how like the media always try to put two like 1-on-1 against each other.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, I can't be his man and be his man. Like, first of all, we was all cool.
Right.
Like, it ain't like, but now it's like, oh damn, you left your right hand man to go. It's like you cut your left hand off to go say you're right. Like, bro, nah, I fuck with both of them, and they both my man. And then it's like I gotta answer questions like about leadership, or what kind of leader is Melo? What kind of leader is Bron? What's the difference between the two? This and that.
Right.
Everybody leading their own different way.
Yeah.
So don't try to like put me in the position to where now I gotta feel like I gotta defend him while protecting him, and like that shit is what.
And it was even deeper,
like.
it was even deeper than that though, for me. And it was deeper than that because I know the assignment. I know what this is about. Like, I know where I'm at and I know where he's at. And I know what we're trying to do. And I know no matter what, win, lose, or draw, it's going to always be competitive. It's going to always be him and his side. It's going to always be me and my side. Not saying that they causing shit to sides, but it's a respect. And it's like, nigga, y'all, you can't play around with that and you can't play around with that. So we always trying to figure out.
Just so we're being clear, you're talking about your side and Bron's side.
I'm just saying the way that it's always been since high school.
Yeah.
We always been coming together. We always be parallel to one another.
Right.
You know what I mean? No matter his success, no matter my success, whatever it is, we will always be connected together. Even if it's shit go on in Cleveland that don't have nothing to do with me, some way, somehow, they're going to connect those dots and put a mirror to that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Melo doing this over there. Melo ain't doing this over here. LeBron doing this. So it's going to always be that. So as somebody who's building and want to compete against that, you didn't leave me nothing to build on. You took everything away from me. You took the keys. You took the whip. Like, you left me out there I gotta clean the yard up. 2 rims. I gotta clean the yard up. I'm turning into a single parent.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I gotta do shit that I've never done before because I was so comfortable with everybody having a role and understanding what everybody's gonna do.
Yeah.
And I also understand how he thinks. Word, I can get those 2 niggas.
And I could take it away from one of my
And I can take it
chief
away from
rivals.
that.
Yeah.
That alleviate that's one less stress that I have to worry about. Now I could just focus on Boston. I can focus on this team and this. I can focus on certain people. As long as I alleviate this situation by any means necessary, and if taking them 2 alleviates that, take the air out that bite, I've done my job. It ain't personal.
It's business.
It's business. It's competing.
Right.
If I had the same situation, if them niggas was on the go, go get me them niggas. They winners. I know what they can do. Bring them niggas over here and help me out. I know what I can do with them. This was the competitive nature from a distance that we were dealing with. And it wasn't nothing never personal. It's business. You trying to win, I'm trying to win. We understand what this shit is about. And I understand it's bigger than me, it's bigger than, you know what I mean? There's other niggas out there, but I'm talking about what I know.
Yeah.
And I know how you think when it comes to me, and I know you know how I think when it comes to you. So now made the most prepared person win that game at that moment. So now if you taking my preparation away from pieces of my preparation and just incorporating that into
major pieces, though.
Major pieces. Like you didn't just take niggas off the bench. You took niggas that you implemented into the pieces that you were looking for. These were the 2 pieces that you needed to be successful and to win. Right? And when they won it, it's like,
put themselves in
damn,
the trick bag.
It was so crazy when they won it. It wasn't even no inkling of me being like, yo, fuck that nigga, fuck them niggas. Right away. Champ, nigga, you got one, you got it. Nigga, you went and got it before me.
Man.
Nigga, we've been working our whole life for this.
Yeah.
And when you get that relationship, it's over. But I knew what they was doing over there. Champ, we got to take the fire out for Melo, man. We got to.
New
York got too much energy. New York has got too much energy. And we don't know what New York gonna do. We don't know what type of moves they gonna make. Mm-hmm. They may make some bullshit moves. They may make some crazy. You don't know what the Knicks is going to do at this point in time.
Yeah, because at the time they thought the Wizard knew everything. He was just gonna make some shit happen.
Zen master.
He's gonna get this person, get that person, and all of a sudden the Knicks is gonna just
we all drink the Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna hold you.
Not everybody drank the Kool-Aid. You know why everybody drank? Because I never fought this shit.
Yeah.
I never even said this part. This is just me and him relate his relationship that he understand the dynamics of what he was getting into.
Of course, yeah.
That's like somebody taking your man away from you. You can't be cool with that nigga no more. It's get down and lay down.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I took it. Is get down and lay down. You robbed me. Y'all niggas robbed the shit out of me and told me to get down and lay down. You robbed me for your own product. This is our product. You robbed me for your own product.
Damn.
Like, come on, champ.
They ain't even try to sell it back to me.
Come on. Come on.
JR, let me keep it tall, man.
That's a fact. And he just brought me back to that. And I put it in perspective. And I've accepted it over the years and just, it is what it is. That was a part of my career. But it's like when you really think about this shit and you put it that way, bro, it's obvious. It's obvious. Phil been looking out for other niggas on different teams. Or if he got a chance to win it, I'm going to help him win. Especially if we just sitting here ain't doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lakers got a chance. Oh, okay, cool.
Go help him out.
Go give me Pau Gasol. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Jerry West. How about this trade? Let's go to Montana and have us big old get on four-wheelers and shit. But that's how the shit is. But
Gerald, let me ask you though, man. I know winning the championship is phenomenal and everything, but honestly speaking, would it have meant more to win it with Melo here in New York?
I would have retired.
Man.
I'm gonna tell you that right there.
You say you would have retired?
As soon as I won.
Right after.
Would it have meant more?
Yeah. Especially knowing y'all relationship and nothing against Braun, nothing against Cleveland, especially the way y'all won it.
Yeah.
But would it have meant more if y'all would have done it together here in New York?
Yeah, especially especially the bubble joint. I was just out there.
Especially the bubble joint.
The bubble joint. I was just out there. I get no stats with the Lakers.
Nigga, when I see the shit on the paper, I was like, oh shit, that's right.
Hey,
I was thinking about that shit, bro. Real talk.
Who you cheering for today, Swish?
Real talk. Yeah, for
Nigga, let's do
real.
like a series of high fives.
Bro, I was thinking about
you
that
cheering for today,
shit.
Swish? Yo, come on, Chad. What you cheering for?
Yo, I got
doing,
5-wave
man?
towels today.
Like, which was good. Then they got you on lockdown, so you can't even like converse with other cats and other joints. So he was at a whole nother like I call it plantation. He was at another plantation. I was on this side, and we couldn't even. You know what I mean, we couldn't be in the field with each other.
It's still crazy that y'all played
nuts.
basketball under those circumstances, man. Granted, God bless you, that kept us entertained when we needed some entertainment. But the more I think about that entire bubble,
Bro, it was. I only
I'm not just
it wasn't prison. Like
Yeah.
you know, I'm saying I don't want to make a distinct to prison.
Nah.
It was free.
No.
But the concept and the idea
It's like
of
minimum
having
security.
these different facilities and these different inmates in these facilities
wow.
at that point in time and getting yard time and getting like it was a lot. I that's the only way I can break it down.
It's a
Like
little
somebody
Jewish.
might say, Melo, you wrong for that's the only way that I can process this.
Yeah.
Right? Especially at the time frame that the bubble was happening. With
Right.
what was happening in society and in our country.
That shit was
Like
weird,
to
bro.
shut
You
it
gotta
down and like
taking my
y'all-
DNA every day.
Yeah, champ. Like it was
That's crazy.
and that's just maybe that's
Like,
I
for 4
think
months,
deeply.
3
You know what I'm
months,
saying?
I'm telling you, the
Like,
more
every
I
day.
think about it, the further we get away from that bubble year, I mean, like I said, y'all did,
And it
The
turned out to
Lord's
be
work.
amazing though. It turned out to be an amazing
of
experience.
course.
But the ideology of being locked down from the world in the bubble.
Yeah, that's just.
And then you're locked down from the people in the bubble. It's almost like you get a couple hours on the yard and go back in.
Yeah.
They bringing you food to your room. You need to, at first you can't go nowhere. They bring you bag lunches. You got
Such a wild time.
you
yo.
like
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
I process shit a lot
That's such a
different.
Yo, you know
wild
the
time,
craziest shit to
like-
me about that though is like, as NBA players, you know what I'm saying, y'all used to certain type of facilities. You know, team
You know,
got a chef.
people would be like, "Oh man,
this, that.
that's spoiled. That's this and that." It
But
ain't
now it's
spoiled. That's-
routine.
Nigga, we get paid millions of dollars to go out there and entertain y'all. We got to be right. We the
Right.
athletes. We got a body
But my-
right. Mind got to be right. Everything got to be right.
Nutrition, all
You can't
that.
treat me like a lab rat and
That's
then
a fact.
expect me to go out there and be a well-oiled machine like that.
A well-adjusted human out there
it
with
don't
the
work
world
like
watching.
that, bro.
Yeah. It's
Nah,
a lot.
it was a moment, bro.
I've been playing in basketball my whole life in games where people was in the crowd. Nobody's in the crowd. You got 12 people out there who's allowed to come inside the bubble, who's just sitting there on the side, and it's just and you hear the fake noise and all that. It was weird, bro.
So weird, bro.
That's
Fake
just-
noise is
but
crazy,
also, and another point, we can move on after this. But another point to that, the mental taxing that it took on in the bubble,
Yeah.
right? To your point, guys having a certain environment, being used to a certain environment, changing, Now there's no people in there. Now there's nobody in there. Guys used to going to games differently. Guys used to having routines. It's a lot different. You used to playing at 7 o'clock, 7:30. You playing at 12. You may play at 10. You don't know what time, 2:30, 3:30. It's just a game after game after game after game after game.
That's what was dope to me, though.
Yeah.
That was the beauty part of it. But it's like being in that environment and what we were dealing with. I think the period of and shit that we were dealing with in our country and killings and murders and police brutality, like all of that. And then you telling us to go in there to be a part and be locked down and don't worry about what's going on in the rest of the world. So I understand that part of it, of the bubble. From an experience standpoint, it's one of the best experiences I've had, basketball experiences, because I'm able to go and I love playing in those environments. That's like rec league. That's like playing in the gym outside. That's like rec ball. That's playing pickup. So me personally love those type of environments. So I love the bubble from a basketball standpoint. But all the other shit, it was hard to fathom. You start questioning relationships, friendships. What you mean? I'm worried niggas don't want to come over and say what's up.
It was like high school type shit?
I start pulling up on niggas. Like, I start pulling up. Yo, what's up? Y'all niggas, I'm over here. Yo, come on, Chapman. You know you just can't go over there.
It's the wrong zone.
Man, fuck, I'm over there. I'm coming over there, man. I'm going over there. Like, I'm pulling up.
I'm going to C-74.
And they looking at me like, yo, Melo, what you doing over here? Because only the record teams, whoever the first 6 teams of each conference is over here, and then the bottom 8, and then the next 8. And it's like, we on the play-in.
Yeah.
Man.
You walking on campus, these niggas looking like, oh, man, that's the play-in niggas over there. That's the play-in niggas. Shit's like gangs. That's why we went so hard, Chad. That's why I was going hard. Like, nah, we playing in. Nah, we don't want to be here anyway, my nigga. We gonna be here, Chad. We might as well go try to be 8-0. Like, we know 6-2 at the 5-3 at the least.
Right.
But we lose the first 2-3 games, I'm out of here. I'm like, y'all know that right now. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Yeah. But let's get back to Cleveland a little bit. Kyrie, playing with somebody like Kyrie. First of all, big shout out to Kyrie and what he was able to just accomplish in Dallas, get over the hurdle. But now he's dealing with something, something different, and he'll come back stronger with that. But Kyrie is one of the most skilled players in the history of basketball. He's the basketball genius when it comes to the maestro, when it comes to the basketball. Is he your most gifted teammate that you've played with?
It's weird having you ask me this question. I think he's the most gifted offensive player I played with. When you say gifted, we just talking about basketball?
Yeah, we just talking about basketball. We talking about what he brings to the game, his style of play, his size, his stature.
Offensively, he's the most gifted.
You know what I mean? With the basketball, what he's able to do with the basketball, like the way he gets to his spots, the way he posts up big. See, that's a skill set. Like, you know what I mean? To be able to lock in and want to score at a certain effectiveness and efficiency, that's a...
I think Kyrie's the only player I've ever seen that can score at every level with either hand. Like, I feel like he can shoot left-handed. I've seen it, shoot left-hand threes. I've seen him shoot left-hand middies, left-hand... He's the best left-hand... He's the best non-dominant and dominant finisher I've ever seen in my life. Who can't dunk. I mean, he can dunk, but who can't? But like, I'm saying like who's not a dunker.
Word.
It's not even close. His imagination with getting to spots and it's almost like he's looking at your hands. And whatever your hands is, the ball is not. And if it is, it's only going to be there for a split second. And it's like he dancing with it. I can't lie. He's probably the most gifted. Yeah, I mean, the imagination would spin on the backboard to be able to, I don't know, man. I've seen some finishes.
But that's a gift. That is a gift, though. Like, I mean, it's great players who've played this game forever that can't do that shit.
Bro, it's
the best of the best of the best of the best that cannot do nearly what that man can do.
Because we talk about getting to your spot a lot.
He's
one of them dudes that like, bro, every spot is his spot.
He went to school.
You know what I'm saying?
He went to school. Kyrie went to school.
He
went to the school. You get what I'm saying? He went to that that MIDI school. He went to that footwork school. He went to that. He went to that killer mentality school. Like, he went to that. We've been in environments together. So to see that his attention to details on what he worked on, like he's relentless on working on this spot, mastering this spot. And that's all I'm gonna work on today. I'm not doing nothing else. Don't come work out with me. Because this is all I'm working on today.
Yeah.
I'm working on this quarter. Listen, don't come work out with me.
Unless you want to do this 5
Unless you want to do this shit for 3 hours.
I ain't gonna lie, that's how he is though. Yeah, you was like that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like,
I'm saying that's why I say he went to the school.
I remember we do workouts with certain people, man. Who like we working, like not all the way working out yet, like just like getting the feel for the joint, right?
Yeah.
So I think, but I look over, this man is really like working on this shit. And one of the traders was like, all right, man, we about to start up, da da da. He's like, I'm already going. What you talking about? Like, and he was like, no, we gonna do this. He's like, all right, I'm gonna get to that. Like, but I'm working on what I need to get to. I was just like, this motherfucker is nuts. Because, you know, most people, like, they go through with whatever the trainer sets them up to do the workouts or whatever. But I'm like, he know what he needs, so
yeah.
I mean, I can't find a better scorer right now, so you might as well just let him do him. We can go figure it out on the other hand. That shit was nuts, bro. Real talk.
I mean, JR, we in the middle of the playoffs right now, so every game's super competitive. We're watching some incredible basketball right now. And that series in Cleveland against Golden State, I mean, some of the most incredible basketball games we've ever seen, obviously. One of those big games, I want to say, was I think the one where Bron, Kyrie both had like 41 each or something like that.
41 apiece.
Pushed it to Game 7 or pushed it to a Game 6. I forgot what it was. And in that Game 7, man, we always remember the Kyrie shot. We always remember the block. But you had two
big time
key plays in those games. Two big shots also. Yep. But more important than that, that block that LeBron gets, you
go get it.
Go and slow him down. Like, it don't even happen if you're not there chasing Iguodala down and giving Bron that time to sort of like set up and set up for that block that becomes the block that we talk about forever. All that being said, man, those games in Golden State where you come back down 3-1 and win the championship, talk to me about those practices leading up to those games, right? Like, you're going against this historically great team who's won a zillion games this year, and it's all over but the champagne popping. And, you know, the meme is born. No team has ever come back down 3-1. You're in those practices. What was it like to get into the get me into the mindset of what it took to overcome that?
I mean, honestly, it wasn't much because we had already felt like we should have won the year before.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie and Kev get hurt. Shout out to my man Dudley. Steph almost killed. You know, it was almost
he tried his damnedest out there. He was working his ass off.
They had to, man, my man was out there getting IVs in the back. Cold tub.
It was like a whole lineman on the sideline.
Like, you gotta, bro.
Steph was running that boy to death.
Running him to death, man.
Tough check.
So when Kev got hurt in the first round against Boston, then Kai got hurt in the Eastern Conference the first year. The following year to go down 3-1, it was like we already had smoke with them, but when you go down 3-1, when you feel like you right there, but it's like certain little plays to where the series could easily counter and shifted. Yep. You know what I mean? Or at least be more competitive than when you at 3-1. When we got to that point, it was just like, it was such a breaking point for us individually because we was almost getting outplayed at every position.
Mm.
Iggy was going damn near whatever he wanted. Draymond was being Draymond. I mean, Steph and Clay was just shooting how they be shooting. Sean Livingston was getting to his spots. It was Barbosa. It was just like, damn. Like, don't get me wrong. We feel like we good. We really got it. But, like, we looking around like there wasn't no reason for us to try to find an outlet.
Okay.
To not take accountability on why we can't get over this hump. Like, for them, they had just won, so the battery's already in the back.
Yep.
And if you got the battery in your back and you got a core team that's going to be together for a while, it's going to be tough to stop them. Like Boston now, it's going to be tough to stop them. You can keep the core group together who
and on top of
understand how to win, it's a wrap.
And on top of that, there's already that chatter of, oh, is this one of the best teams ever? They got the 73 wins and all that stuff. So now you got the shadow of history on there on top of that. But in any way.
Yeah, but for me, like, I never really cared about the history of it. Like, when I seen them getting a record and all that, because, I mean, we all grew up in the Bulls era.
Yep.
Seeing, you know, that team.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like no team could even be better. But also it wasn't. I didn't feel the pressure. I already lost a chip, so I didn't feel the pressure of like being part of the wrong side of history. Like shit, you're gonna be a part of history anyway. You lost a chip already, so
right.
You're just on the losing side of it. So I didn't really factor in that part of it. For me, it was just like mano y mano. He's not better than me in my mind. Like, I know he's good. I know he scores 16 levels, dribbles, all that shit is cute. But this light-skinned nigga's not better than me, dog. Like, no, for real. Like, and then I'm going down the line looking at Kyle like, yo, bro, like, I'm looking at Bron like, bro, there's no way. Like, there's no way. There's no way they could beat us. And there was some eerie type of feeling because nobody said shit. Nobody went nuts. Nobody was just like, we rolled back to the hotel, crickets. We rolled back to the flight back to Cleveland, crickets. The next practice, nobody said nothing. It was just going over shit. It was just like you already know what you got to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They know we done talking. I don't want to hear no speech. I want to watch no fucking video or some
inspirational
300 type shit. I don't want to watch none of that shit. Don't show me Rudy and all that. Nah, I don't want to hear Mike with his I don't want to hear none of that. And ain't no more talking. And in that situation for me, it was like, it was hard because I had fucked up my hand. I had this big ass gash in my hand and it happened in game 1. I dove on the floor for a ball with Bogut. I dive on the floor, I got this big ass gash in my hand. So I really couldn't like hold the ball how I wanted to. So I was kind of like gun shy.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, every shot matter. Mm-hmm. So if you ain't got a good one, don't even
pull it.
think about pulling it.
Right.
So I'm essentially playing passive. James Jones came to me at halftime of the game 7. He said, "Man, what you gonna do? You just out here. What are you gonna do? Like you got to do something." I'm just like, man, shit. Fuck it. All right. First, I was like, man, no matter what happened, this shit can go, this shit cannot go. But the first couple times you touch that bitch, that shit going up. And the shit just went. Like, I'm not it's hard for me because, like, in certain situations, I don't put the pressure on myself to where, like, I feel like I gotta be the hero. So I can, especially on a team like that, shit, all I gotta do is stay out the way and make sure I'm not in the wrong position. But it's hard because you wait the whole season, you healthy, you get everything is feeling right. Then like one little small thing go wrong where you got discomfort and it'll last for a couple of days and just like, fuck. And it's a lot like life, but how you persevere through it. But for me, it's like I still needed that like one of my OGs, teammates, like, yo, bro.
That's funny to hear you say that because I feel like anybody who sees J.R. Smith play basketball will say, that man has no conscience. Mm-hmm. Like, he feels like every time he gets the ball, it's a bucket. But to hear you feel even injured, that you was a little gun shy, you know what I mean? You needed to get that reinforcement from a teammate, from somebody that knew you, be like, yo, this is what you're here for. And then you end up sparking the run that ends up starting one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history.
Yeah, I mean, but you also got to realize my role had significantly changed.
Right.
Like, I went from somebody who was, 6 man of the year, 18 a game, scoring, this, that, and the third, more of an offensive-minded player to you 3 and D. Mm-hmm. Mainly you D, no Diddy. Like, you just defense. Part of left. But you just defense. Like, fam, we got enough scoring. We got enough firepower. We just need you out here to pester them. And then if you occasionally get a shot here too, then we expect you to make it. Mm-hmm. But as far as you, 18, 20 game, we don't need that from you, dog. And the craziest part about it, the whole time I'm searching for the same position that I've been trying to get to the whole time, I can't even use it the way I want to use it. So it's just like, but I've had the most success I've ever had at that position, winning chips. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bet. It's crazy, man. It's crazy because you want certain things you want so bad. You try to do whatever it take to get there, and you work like you get humbled all the way there. Then you get there and you can't use it the way you want to. So it's like I would imagine how Obama felt. He thought he could do so much shit, and then it's like not to knock him or anything else, but I'm just saying you get a certain position, and you think you can do so many different things. Then you gotta go through Congress. You gotta go through this. You gotta go through that. You gotta do this. It's like damn. I'm damn near, my hands is tied.
All this red tape.
Yeah, it's all this red tape. Like, damn, I thought I could be able to, you know what I mean?
Just go out there and do my thing.
Nah.
Not that easy. But it's funny, though, because it's like, with your impact, and especially the way you play, you know, we say it was no conscience, but now, the way the league is, everybody sort of has to have that ability to shoot at any time, you know? And when you first came in, you know, early 2000s, mid 2000s, it's like, damn, like, this dude is, he just puts them up. You know what I mean? Just add water buckets sort of stuff. And you broke the record in the McDonald's game, you know what I'm saying? He had records in high school, just your ability to shoot from long range and also, you know, slash and be a high flyer, you know, just the sheer volume of threes being shot. I think a lot of that sort of helped fast forward the evolution of offense throughout the NBA, where it's like, yo, you have to be able to get up a certain amount of shots just to keep this offense. That 150 points Kiki Vandeweghe's talking about way back then, like,
shit was different.
you have to be able to shoot at that sort of volume to even be on the court.
Yeah, like for me, I feel like they owe me some bread.
Today, in retrospect,
nah, for real,
that's real though.
They owe me some
NIL bread over here.
Yeah, man, they owe me some bread because there's like for me, like
you got killed for that, Jan.
We talk about it all the time. Like it's just being born in the wrong era in a certain sense. Like,
Yeah,
it's just the way the game is, and I'm happy to see it go that way. But I'm also actually sad too, because it's like there's so many different ways to play the game, and we don't accept or appreciate all of the ways or facets of playing it. Like what Golden State has done has been amazing, but you can't put that same system in everybody's situation. Like I love the 90s era where teams would try to manage it to 85, 90 points, whatever. But I also love the run and gun where it go 110 and 120. But it's all with the makeup of your team, everybody's team ain't like supposed to be made up like that. Like all these dudes go in these workouts and working on the same shit. It's just like you just see the same player over and over and over again. You go at some point you just get lost and like you just pick the one you like, opposed to who's really good.
Right.
Yeah.
So it gives it a different feel because it's not appreciated. Like, and I watched that with him. Like you watch the like somebody discredit a certain type of way of play that really works and is really efficient and is really good, but because the league is, they quote unquote, it says the league changes. The league don't have to change. The teams can change. The team can change dynamic. You can change front office. You can change personnel. You can change players. You can change schemes. You can change packages. But the game is still the same. The game and the object of the game is to put the ball in the hole and to stop the next team from doing so. If you're one of the greatest to ever do that, how can you not be in a situation to where you can do that? Like, it don't make sense. Yeah. If I can outshoot somebody 95% of the, if I'm a part of 1% of the population and I can do this one thing amazingly well, why would you go outside that and go find somebody who
who could potentially do
it, but not even that.
Younger,
you know who can't do it.
Yeah.
And they still like it's what you know how it is, but it is what it is.
Hey,
man,
but you one of them dudes, man. I ain't gonna hold you that early. Like you said, the league owe you some bread, champ, because there's shots that you've done took, bro, that I've been sitting in my living room smoking on an exotic, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, damn, we pulling it from there. And another thing that I always wanted to ask you was, you always got labeled as a streaky shooter. And in my head, I'm like, that don't make no sense. Because like you put, like when you shoot, like you either make or miss, dog. Like what's a streaky, you know what I mean? Like
Lou Dort is a streaky shooter.
Right.
Like there's no disrespect, but he's a streaky shooter. Somebody who may hit a shot here, who may get hot a game here. That's considered a streaky shooter. This man ain't no streaky shooter.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
this
like,
man is a volume shooter.
NBA record holding shooter.
That's why
you know
for
what I
me
mean?
is like when I say they owe me bread, it's only because like it's defamation of character. Like you do anything and say anything.
They want a suit.
No, but real talk. If you really think about it, like bro, if you sitting here, like I've really got people who come up to me and like meet me in the airports or on the golf course and shit like that. I'm like, damn, bro, I did not know you was like this.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, you thought I was an asshole, bro? Like you just thought I was just some wild motherfucker who just walk around with no shirt on, drinking Henny for real? Like,
That's crazy.
like, damn, dog. Like,
Yeah, we all kind of throw a little bit.
but it's like it's crazy because it's like it leads people to believe like this motherfucker ain't got no home training. Like, you ain't got no like I was raised. I came from somewhere. Like my parents did right by me. Like I have manners and a certain perspective and outlook on life. Like it may not match up to yours or even the way I play the game, but the way people, especially in media, the way you can destroy somebody's character without meeting them just by hearsay is crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's so many people who like in different brands and shit. Like when you get out of basketball, you really understand it because like I can watch it from a different point of view being like a job situation.
Okay.
Like I've had numerous situations I get suspended, this allegation, that like certain situations is just like at that point you can't go to somebody else who's never been in your situation before.
Right.
I'm tired of talking to people who've never been in my shoes. So why wouldn't you talk to somebody who
been there and done that?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the real game that we got to give back, opposed to just filling everybody's head up like, nah, you good, shorty, you got your own kicks, this and the third. Like, no, bro, you need to talk to somebody. Like, you really need to get this shit out because at the end of the day, you'll drive yourself crazy. You keep putting yourself in worse positions. And you won't get it. You won't figure it out. You'll be out the league trying to get back in and be in a terrible situation, bro. And I've seen it. I'm a product of the environment.
Right.
Because even still to this day, this would have been what? This is Braun, what, 22?
22nd season.
22nd.
Yeah.
This has been my 21st. And I can still play. I'm in physically shape. Not like I haven't had no real injuries or shit like that. So if I would have still in the shape and never got out of the shape that we've been in, like I can still play this game. But because of my name is so slandered and people don't want to quote unquote deal with you from a certain perspective because of the public eye, you can't work.
Well, I'm glad we hearing it from JR, man.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is real narrative based shit that like we over here with 7 PM we get flowers, but we control the narrative in a sense. Like all the narratives that we done heard about people and you like we hearing it here like from a first-hand account of this is how we talk about somebody who everybody had an opinion on. But every single body from coaches to GMs to media to people. And granted, he went through phases where he had to mature and show growth. But at the end of the day, he still had to go through it, right? So the moral of the story is you're able to speak on things that you've been through. You can't speak on something that you've never been through, right? And that's a message to a lot of people out there. Like, Kid said it best. I can only speak on, Luther said it.
Yeah.
I can only speak on things that I've been through. Like, and that's what we go wrong at. We start speaking on shit that we ain't never been through, hypotheticals, opinions, that ain't solid. And that's where we at today. So
But listen, man, you know what the vibe is, man. It's the #1 show in America. I told y'all that. I've been telling y'all that because it's the motherfucking truth. And this is the #1 segment in America. God damn it. It's called Fuck With It or Fuck Out of Here. Swish, you know the vibes, man. We ask you a question about what's going on in the world, pop culture, music, art, sports, whatever, and you let us know if you fucking with it or if it's, man, fuck out of here. I ain't fucking with that shit at all. First off, Fat Joe was on the show, and he told his point of view of the Nuggets Knicks brawl that y'all had in the Garden back in the day.
Well, Melo, I was there when you punched the guy in the face.
Oh my God. He asked Melo about punching the guy in the face.
I ain't play. I'm out of. I told y'all I'm out of this.
Shout out Marty Collins.
I don't speak on this no more.
No, that's it.
I don't speak on it.
That's it.
All right.
So, JR, what was your point of view that night?
With him and the other guy.
Right.
Not with me and
Yeah,
I'm
just
out of this.
your point of view in the situation.
With me and Nate.
Yeah.
I'm out of it.
for me, it was like, I respect Nate for it because he was sticking up for his teammate, which I would have done the same. And I've been on incidences to doing the same. For me, it was, when I seen him talking shit to him, like, I was cool when it was me and him. I seen him talking shit to him, and then like he threw his hands up like he wanted to fight. And I thought it was go time. So for me, that's why I went after him. I didn't know the shit that was happening with him and Isaiah prior to, because it was a blowout game. I was doing windmills and all types of dunks and shit. And when it happened, I'm just like, man, ain't no way. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get up. I wasn't necessarily ready to fight, which now I know in hindsight is probably a bad decision.
Right.
But I wasn't going in with the intention to fight either.
Yeah. And you didn't know what Isaiah had said to him.
No, I ain't know none of that was going on.
Okay.
So then, but this is and another thing.
Just for clarity's sake, for folks who missed the episode, Isaiah said something to Melo about possibly.
Everybody know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I like to put the context in, help the producers out. He
put a hit out. He put a hit out on us.
Put the hit out on Melo.
Yeah. But it was more about him and George. Like, we got caught in some other shit that had nothing to do with us, and they got the worst backfire from it. That shit is crazy.
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward that part of the foul to the locker room, right? And how George blamed me.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, he blamed me. This is your fault. This is that. It's because of you and your attitude and because of your upbringing and not having a father in your life. This is all of this. What? This is locker room. And I said, what? Man, fuck you. Like, this is... No, bro. Like,
George is wild, bro. Tell him.
And respect to him, man. You know what I mean? He sent the kite and apologized. Respect, George. We grown men at this time. You get what I'm saying? But we speaking on shit that was.
You told him about the book in his office?
I really get that deep. So I can't see Swish. When I say shit, it's like, oh, Melo still on. I back out of shit. You know?
Please, JR, don't let him off the hook. What book happened? What book was in the locker room?
George? It ain't me.
You don't gotta speak on it. You don't speak on it. We got an impartial third party.
You know what I'm saying? But it's weird because. It's really weird. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Never mind.
What was the book? They don't have a What was the book?
What the book was about?
The book. So I don't know what the book is about, but I can imagine what it's about.
Okay. What was the book?
He's crazy.
What was the book, Chad?
This man had a book in his office called Nigga.
What?
With the ER.
What? Like on the shit for you to sit, like, right, you sit like down and the shit is.
I'm like, man, that's tough, shorty. Like,
what? You know that's a big time book.
I know the book.
That's a big time book.
I never read it. I don't know about it. I didn't even look at it. I didn't look it up. I was just like,
you just had it on display when you walked in the office.
But this was little shit that was.
That's wild.
Nah, it was.
That's a psyop, champ.
Right.
Not
that's
even
crazy.
part of the other books. It was just by itself.
I mean, see, I switched. I wasn't gonna take it this.
That's crazy. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy.
But think about this though, and this is not. You know, whatever it is, the situation. This was 20-some years, 3 years ago.
Yeah,
so you walk into an office of a particular person, a white man, right? Young, 20, 21, 22. I know me. I knew my history a little bit. I knew what happened. I never was. In my neighborhood, it wasn't that. It was never black and white. You knew black, you knew white. It wasn't that racism shit. We ain't really see that, me personally, growing up. So I know my history though. So, but to see that, I ain't no fool, nigga. That book don't sit right in this room right here. Come on. I don't know what that book right there don't sit right. And now reading the book years later is like, holy shit. How the fuck you had, like, I want to know the mentality behind that, because it's two different mentalities. It's two different perspectives you can have on that, having that book and reading that book as you in that position, as you of who you are.
And with your experience with them.
You can have two experiences from reading this book. This can even make you matter and like go left, or it can give you a whole understanding on how to deal with niggas. That's the name of the book, right? So you could have two different experiences from reading that. And I listen, I'm talking about this. This is perspective years later. This is not when you walk in as a youngin' and you see that. I ain't come back here. I'll tell you that time, man.
Yeah.
I'm not meeting in here no more.
The defense is already up.
I'm not. Word. This is what we got to deal with.
Crazy.
And again, I'm not saying that that's what it was. I just know how me and him took it, is seeing it like, yo, you seen that nigga? You got a book named nigga in there. He like, nah, I gotta go see that shit. Like, I would have took it. What the fuck? He like, nah, I gotta go see that shit. Yo, where's that shit?
Especially if it's not in a bookshelf. It's not with a bunch of books. It's just there.
I mean, regardless, like you're a coach, you're a basketball coach. Predominantly your team is black. Like all your teams, the successful teams, was at the head of those teams was black men. Why is you playing?
That's wild.
Especially without no like real. Especially if it's clear we see it, there's no real understanding behind it. You don't want to like enlighten, like you got nothing to say. You got no context to this story.
He never spoke to y'all about it or nothing. It was never just like, hey, I got this book here because I want to. It was never none of that.
The only thing he used to talk about is how much he hate rookies and how much he hate Iceman. George Gervin.
Yo, that's crazy. What?
How you hate George Gervin?
And he played with George Gervin.
That was his teammate?
He said George Gervin never passed him the ball.
I'm about to say, you got
Shane never passed him the ball.
I wonder why.
He said George Iceman didn't respect role players. And he was a role player. So that's why he always, in his coaching, took up for role players.
Have you ever spoke with George? Met George Gervin?
Ice?
Yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah, okay.
My guy.
Be down to H.
Even when I was going through certain shit, I would see Ice at, he would come holler at me, yo, young fella.
Young fella.
That's how you do it. The young fella, leave him alone, young fella.
Young fella.
That's the Ice man. You know what I'm saying? It's two conversations. Like outside of Black Cat,
of course,
there's other conversations of basketball people that when they call, they see you, and George, Iceman is one of them. Yeah. And Dr. J is the other one. When they call and they rapping to you, you paying attention.
Two ears, one mouth.
You know what I mean? It's the same lineage of conversation and the same tone and the same vibe. It's like that. Y'all niggas ain't brothers. Y'all niggas ain't the same.
Nah, for real.
Y'all niggas is the same. Iceman and Dr. J is the same. They the same. Cool, fly. Not rowdy, stick to themselves, talk fly, talk they shit in their own way.
Got that action.
And was nice.
They know your life path a little bit more intimately than others would.
Yeah, but because, again, he goes back to what he said, you only speak on things that you done been through.
Yes.
So because I've been through what he's been through, he can relate to what I was dealing with at that point in time. Hey, young fella, don't do that, young fella. Leave that alone, young fella.
Speaking of relating,
stay in the gym, young fella.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all two. Nah, come on, man.
Just stay in the gym, young fella.
The Unk voice be killing me, yo. So listen, this is what iconic NBA moment, man. We talked about this, but now you here. Back in 2010, this happened in Oklahoma City. Melo was on the floor, collapsed.
Y'all foul for this.
For two whole possessions.
Y'all foul.
Y'all got the ball back, and Swish tried to score over an unconscious Melo. Fuck with it or fuck out of here. Getting the bucket by any means necessary. Scoring over your man's unconscious body don't matter. We gotta get on the dead homies. We gotta get this bucket. Is it a bucket by any means? So we fucking with it. Bucket by any means. Don't care.
Scoring over your man's unconscious body is crazy.
I'm fucking with it.
You gotta fuck with it.
You gotta get
fuck with it.
You gotta get up, Jay.
He would do it for me. He did. Listen, man. You good, Swish? Don't worry about it. I got you.
Has he pulled?
After this shit go in, we gonna foul him.
We gonna get a dead ball for you, Jay. Don't worry.
We got you.
Speaking of unconscious, man, Swish, man, we appreciate you, bro. This has been a long time coming, man. Getting up here on 7 p.m. Our fans, the community been going crazy. We need JR, we need JR, we need you. We get a lot of fights over you on the comments. But I appreciate you, man, just being somebody who's been my brother for 20-something years, but having the opportunity to have two different situations with you. And we rolled it out. We did what we supposed to do. You left me. You niggas went on to win championships and shit. I had to clean up the backyard. I was back on the yard, you know what I mean, picking, raking leaves and shit up. You know what I mean? I had to put the manual work in again. Get boots on the ground out here. We appreciate you though, champion, as always. Love you and your family, your daughters, you know what I mean? Your moms, pops, bros. We've been through a lot, champ. So now we here, we can talk about it, man.
Yes,
7
sir.
p.m. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you.
And
I appreciate you, man. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, dog. Like,
Yes, sir.
Yo,
That's Nah, real talk, man. It was a pleasure to be a part of your journey, and it's been a pleasure to actually see the process and see the progression. Obviously, you know, we was kids in certain instances, still grown men, and learning and growing at the time. But man, to be a part of it has been really special, bro.
Absolutely.
Congratulations again.
Indeed.
Yes, sirski. Yo, man, listen, you already know Swish. You a New York legend, man.
Yes, sir.
You got two
Appreciate
hardcore
you.
New York
Yes,
Knicks
sir.
fans in the motherfucking building right here,
know,
dog. Always got love for the guy, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Yo,
It's crazy,
Swish,
man.
Come on,
I
you know
did
what
not-
it is?
I didn't grow up a Knicks fan, but I got a real deep love and appreciation for Knicks fans.
Yes,
man,
sir,
for real
man.
time.
They love you. They love you out here,
You know
bro.
what they say, man? Once a Knick, always a Knick, man. And especially when you pull it to the hook, that means you stamp
Yes,
forever.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? This is 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. A Wave Originals presented by FanDuel. Listen, I tell y'all this every time y'all see my beautiful face on this camera. Subscribe. There's a little button right there that says subscribe. There's a little bell. There's a little thumbs up button. Hit that
On
shit.
the left, I can talk about that thumbs up shit.
Yeah, yo. That needs a like. Hit the like button. Like. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, man. Y'all know what it is. Like, rate, review, comment, do all that shit. Thank the whole gang for putting this together and for bringing Swish up here. You know what I mean? Thanks, Swish, for taking some time off the back nine. You know what I'm saying? To come through up here. You know what I mean? It's your boy Carmelo. You know what I'm saying?
right now,
You
bro.
already know.
We know what it is. We got Kaz in the motherfucking building. We
Yes,
got,
sir.
of course, Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony. Melo JR, the Peace God in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. We will be here when we supposed to be here because you subscribe and you know that. You got the notifications on. Holla.
Peace.